All right. We're gonna play the intro. Well, ladies and gents, I'm trying to find my charger so I can charge my tablet. I'm not having a good go with that. But hello, how is everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing okay. Usually I don't come on camera, but today I felt good, so I decided to come on camera. Okay? We can do whatever y'all want to talk about. But first let me find my charger for my iPad because I need to charge it. So I can make sure everybody knows that I'm over here on YouTube's and before my iPad shuts down. Okie dokie, here we go. Hello to Janelle. Happy birthday to you, Rike. Hello. Hi, JSAF. Hello, Hiram. Hi, Brandy. The future homecoming. What did I say? Douche? Dutch? What that mean? What do that mean, Hiram? What I just be trying to understand. Like where do your man be at sometimes when you post comments? I'm gonna figure it out one day. I think they should have waited till after Extreme Rules to announce Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel. Why? You already knew they were going to be wrestling at some point. So, I mean, it really doesn't matter. Where do you think the Iconics are going? I don't know where they're going. Hold, please. 1 second. Just hold, please. 1 second.
Genetics. Drink, headshot, drink, sit down, drink, stand up, drink, pass out, drink, wake up, drink, bed it, drink, 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 headshot, drink, sit down, drink, stand up, drink, pass out, drink, wake up, drink, bed it, drink. Genetics. Drink, headshot, drink, sit down, drink, stand up, drink, pass out, drink, wake up, drink, bed it, drink, 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 headshot, drink, sit down, drink, stand up, drink, pass out, drink, wake up, drink, bed it, drink.
Okie dokie. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. Let me put my glasses on so I can see, cause I can. Okay. Okay. Where do you think the Iconics are going? Um, quite frankly, the best place for them to go with their gimmick and with Gail Kim is to be in the Impact. I mean, that'll help them improve their skill in wrestling. And of course, they're already set gimmick wise. So I think them being over in Impact with Gail Kim, running a gambit with her is the best place for them to be. I don't think them going to AEW will serve them any justice. Their gimmick, although it's great, it's funny for them, AEW doesn't really have much of a direction for anybody, any one person at all. Um, so it wouldn't benefit the Iconics to be in AEW in any way, shape, or form. At least in my opinion, I honestly didn't want Ruby to go to AEW either. I felt like she would have been better being an Impact as well. I thought she would have served great as someone to for them to build and take the title off of Deanna. But she went to AEW, so good for her. I also thought that it was, hold on a second, let me put the invite in here because I'm on my phone, people. Hopefully my phone won't get too hot and I can post the comment in here. All right, there we go. Okie dokie. So first of all, Hiram, let me go to you because you a little special. Hey, Nika. Hey, Alexis. I can't believe they're going back to Saudi. They have no choice. They have no choice to go back to Saudi. They're contractually obligated to go back over there. And as long as they are kept safe, safe, they can go back over there. People can travel now. So they most definitely can go back over there. I'm pretty sure COVID is running rapid everywhere, but they can go back over there. And they've already done the meetings with the Saudi government to fix everything. They're going back. They're going to be there for quite some time. They're going to be doing this for at least another, what is it? It's only been a couple years. They missed a year. So they're going to be going back for another 8 years, maybe. It was a 10-year deal that they had. They have no choice. They can't just cancel it and eat that because that is billions of dollars that they would have to pay the Saudi government back. That could literally bankrupt WWE. They have no choice. You don't know what a homecoming Dutch is. I know what a homecoming Duke and Duchess is. I know what the Duke and Duchess are, but there ain't no such thing as a homecoming Dutch, sir. It's Duke and Duchess. And if you a Duchess, live your best life. But it's a Duke and a Duchess, okay? I'm just saying. Hi, Alexis.
Hey, what's up?
I feel bad
Here's
for Ruby because we all know she losing to Britt next. They should have built her because she only has one win. I mean, if Ruby's okay with it, I'm fine with it. I don't have an issue with it. Um, like I said, I prefer her to be an Impact. I think she would have got better groundswell in Impact. I think she would have had a better path to the title in Impact. Britt Baker just got that title, and it in the grand scheme of things, it wouldn't make sense to snatch it off of her so quickly, especially after she had to work so hard to get it herself. And
oh my God, it took 2 years for her to get that title.
so it's not fair. It's not fair to Britt Baker. And I know a lot of people don't like Britt, but it's not fair to her. So even though they're using Ruby's, stardom to kind of propel Britt Baker, is it a little shitty? Yeah. But that's also something that Ruby had to accept in order to go to AEW. She was well aware of what she was getting herself into. And unfortunately, that unless they decide to snatch that title off her, which I wouldn't agree with that, taking that title off of Britt, she deserved that title. She earned it.
She's like the heel champion they've been needing since like day one.
Yeah, because
Nyla couldn't do it. Nyla could not do it.
I don't have an issue with Nyla. My problem, I guess you could say my problem with her is her wrestling is really sloppy. It's really sloppy. And it's not clean enough for her to get past. Like you can clearly
Right.
see she makes like really major mistakes. Hey babe. Hi. Hi, Faith.
Aww.
I love you. Babe, I'm off the camera. Stupid.
Aww.
Do something with him. Do something with him. Little weirdo.
What was that?
He's a weirdo.
Okay.
It's my nephew. He moved back to North Carolina with his mom, so he calls
Aww.
every now and then. It's the way I turn on my notifications and never get them for the lives. I don't know what YouTube does. I'm sorry.
That's been an issue people have been having a lot with YouTube because they do it every once in a while. Because like I was wondering, there's like a few like horror narration channels that I follow that I listen to when I sleep because the voices are very calming.
Yeah.
And there was like one guy used to do like an upload like almost every single day. And like 1 month I just stopped getting notifications all the way, and I checked and I was still following them. I was still subscribed to them.
But they turn off your notifications.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
But if it's a big channel, like if they have 1 million or more followers or subscribers, those notifications never get turned off.
Oh my god! Like when I was subscribed to What Culture, it was like every 5 minutes my phone was going off with something, and I'm just like,
I had to unsubscribe from them.
It's like, and they give you the option where it's like notify like once in a while every video, and I still did it because I only followed What Culture Wrestling for 2 years, a year and a half, something like that, till I got tired of them. And even if I did like suggest only a few videos, is like every day. I think the maximum in a week from What Culture is that I almost got 50 videos from them in a week. Because they're always putting stuff out. But see, that's also
how much wrestling can you talk about?
Well, they'll talk about the same shit over and over again because they do their little news update. They do their top 10 or top 8 list. Then they do their live stream. Then they do the other things. And it's just like remember when WWE used to have separate shows for each show?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. So they would have after Raw, after SmackDown, after every pay-per-view, they'd go live. And I'm just like, dude, y'all get paid.
Exhausted.
You get paid for this. We don't. We know.
Right. Bianca is having the time of her life in her hometown. Is SmackDown
good for her.
In her hometown?
Yeah, it's gonna.
Alexis, you did tell me it's gonna be in Knoxville.
Yeah, I totally forgot that it was gonna be in Knoxville. But the cool thing is, there's actually this morning I was meeting a friend up for some coffee, and up the road from me is like a trailer repair for like the semi trucks. And sure as shit, I drove past one, and there was the WWE, like one of their trailers getting worked on. You could tell because it was the huge pictures, and there's like I'm half asleep, and then I'm driving, and all of a sudden there's like a huge ass Xavier Woods like staring at me at a red light. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, it's their truck. Cool. I meant to get a picture of it, but when I came back, it was gone by now. But yeah, a lot of people who I know around here in the wrestling are really excited that Bianca's coming back home. She's gonna when she comes out, she's gonna get that ovation she deserves.
Ridiculous.
We were gonna go, like me and a few friends, but like after Survivor Series, after SummerSlam, totally just did not care to spend money going to see that.
No.
Although, well, I forgot about it. We all forgot about it, but it was just like, I don't want to go see Becky Lynch. Like, I know I'm coming up there, hopefully, knock on wood, to see you for your birthday. But,
Yeah.
like, she better have that damn belt back by then, or somebody
I
better
think
have
she
that
will.
that Becky don't deserve that title. I don't care. She needs to go to Raw.
I think she's gonna go to Raw, and I think Seth is gonna go too. Who do
Good.
you think is next for MSK? It's probably Grizzled Young Veterans. They're the only ones who haven't had an actual one-on-one match with MSK and had the opportunity to wrestle them for those belts. They've had number one contendership title shots to be the number one contender, but they've never had an actual title shot against MSK. So I would say it would be GYV. They're building up Diamond Mine, so Diamond Mine might be the next one.
Oh,
But I don't care for them, but
I don't hate them, but I don't like them.
I don't like them either. There's not a lot of meat to Diamond Mine. Like, they have great parts, but they don't have a front man. And
That's
as
true.
good as Malcolm Bivens is, he's not strong enough to be the front man.
No.
And
I don't
go ahead.
I just don't find them entertaining at all. I really don't, and they just don't do it for me, honestly.
I get the idea of Diamond Mine, but I need to see more from them in order for me to be invested one way or the other, whether I boo or cheer. I just don't care for them either. I don't, when they come on the screen, I feel bad because I like Malcolm, but I feel like he needs to be paired with someone else. I feel like he would fit. Like, if Carmelo and Trick really needed somebody, like, Malcolm would be able to fit their regime, but they don't. They can handle their own stuff. So, like, if they really needed somebody to fit, like, Malcolm needs to be managing someone else, in my opinion. And Diamond Mine could have a front man that's actually the one who's out there doing all the talking for them and moving forward. I just it don't look right to me.
It could be I think it would be that girl, like, could come in and take over his spot. That would be pretty cool.
If she got the gift of gab, I wouldn't mind it. I think that'd be dope.
Because, like, BFAB does that pretty much for Hit Row. Like,
yeah, she does. She does. Okay, and when Frankie Monet and Raquel fight, if Frankie wins, who would you put as her challenger? Her first challenger, I would make it Saray. Saray would be the first person she would go up against. If they don't plan on putting that title on her, then Saray would be my first girl that she would go up against, or I would have her go up against Ember. I mean, it'd be an easy drop for Frankie. No shade to Ember, but Ember's not getting that title back no time soon. So, but if I want it to be something fun to watch, like a good competitive match, and again, no shade to Ember, but Saray's really fun to watch. I like watching her wrestle. So
she wrestles hard. Like,
yeah, and I think Frankie would play well with Saray in the ring. But if I wanted a story and I wanted to see a story play out, you either put that title, you give her a match with Io Shirai or Zoe Starks, and then you wait a couple months and start building Mandy to get the title. Because I wouldn't leave that title on Frankie long. Like, no. I would give her one takeover to win, and then by the next takeover, she would drop it, and I would send her to the main roster immediately. Well, she's too big for the NXT 2.0. She doesn't need to be there.
She could have automatically just showed up on the main roster. They could have put her on Raw because they need something over there.
Right. Oh,
and
wow.
I think like, okay. But I think like they need somebody over there to be like. And here's the messed up thing. Even if they put her up against Charlotte, she'd still do her character like, it could be a good old just heel versus heel.
Yeah.
People would be behind Frankie 100%.
For sure.
because everyone's tired of the same old shit. Like I don't know what they're doing with their women's division, but they need to do something quick, man.
That's really having a baby.
Quiet,
I like vanilla.
He said that it's all vanilla and sourdough bread.
Simon, what the hell? Vanilla and
I
sour bread.
can't. I couldn't wrestle Saray. She'd make my nose bleed in 2 seconds with one of them drop kicks. She's pretty precise with the drop kicks, though.
She's a striker. Like if you want a good match, she'll be that person that'll give you a good match. But don't pull a Charlotte and piss her off halfway through it, or she'll just whoop your ass for the hell of it.
Right. Since Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar is confirmed for Crown Jewel, do you see Balor losing at Extreme Rules? Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna make him lose in a way to where he can't challenge for that title again. So, because it doesn't make sense to make him go to the Demon and then you just have him lose at Extreme Rules. Like that I don't like. But Balor right now is the only person on the roster who's strong enough or big enough to be able to go up against Roman and actually be a plausible threat to that title. So it's not going to be an easy win for Roman. That's not going to be like a 1-2-3 pin. That's obviously going to include the Usos. They're going to cheat heavy. So it's not going to look like Balor just lost out of nowhere. It's gonna propel Balor, but also it's a setback for him. So
what I see happening is that unfortunately Balor is going to lose at Extreme Rules. What is Extreme Rules?
It is in a week.
Okay.
It's next week.
Next week.
Where's it gonna be at?
I do not know. Oh, it's gonna be in Columbus.
Oh.
It's gonna be in Columbus.
Oh, okay.
You should try to go.
Hell no, I ain't going.
But no, no, I think here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna, with this match, they're gonna set up the Finn or the Demon or whatever as a threat to Roman. Roman, he's gonna have close calls with Roman. Roman's gonna realize the only way I can beat this guy is by cheating and doing some underhanded shit.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So he's gonna be desperate. He's gonna pull out all the stops for it, and then they're gonna go to Saudi, which I still can't believe. We're in the middle of a fucking pandemic, and I still can't believe they're going over to Saudi.
They have to go.
They have a contract. They got to go.
They fucked up, man. Like honestly,
I told you that deal was bad. I told you from the moment we read that deposition on the podcast, and I was telling you everything that I found.
You did.
It was extremely one-sided. They don't gain anything from going to Saudi. If anything, it makes them look really bad.
Especially because that was when they went to Saudi. That was the year the Saudi extremists killed that journalist, the American journalist, right? He was American. So that was just really bad timing on that part. First off,
they blamed Triple H for that. But he was the one who spearheaded the deal, so they blamed him.
It's blood money. When the day you said that on the podcast, me and Nicole, I don't know if Janae was in there yet, but we are just like, this is gonna fuck up and blow up in their face. And sure enough, it happened in 2019 when people got stranded overseas. And all I remember is like Luke Gallows' wife, or no, Carl Anderson's wife, going crazy because her husband's stuck in Saudi Arabia and they're trying to get a way out. And I'm just like, what is it going to take not to go back to Saudi anymore? You fucked up, which Triple H apparently has been fucking up a lot the last couple of years.
I don't want to shit on Trip too much. She was trying. He was trying.
I think this is all karma, and I'm not wishing him ill will because he did have the thing with his heart, so I'm not wishing him any ill will. But all this bad karma coming to Triple H lately, China's somewhere laughing her ass off. Say, served you right, motherfucker.
Wow.
That's what I think.
Damn, Alexis. Goddamn.
Well, you guys know my stance on that whole thing, but like, anyway. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna go over to Saudi. Does anyone know what Brock's contract is like? Like, is it like a year, appearance by appearance?
I think it's by match. I really don't think he's working under a contract at this moment. I think he's just going to be paid by appearance, which that's highly possible because he doesn't show up on every show. He's only on there for a couple of minutes, if that. And then when he wrestles, he'll get paid for going over to Saudi, which I know he's going to get a cool, like at least 3-4 million for that.
That's sickening.
I know
honestly
he's gonna
sickening.
Because
That's a lot.
That's not even his base salary. Like, let's just say that let's say he had a contract, right? That's not the base salary he's getting to go to Saudi. That's what he's being compensated to go over there.
Jesus.
That's extra. So Roman and them they get really big checks for going over to Saudi. That's why most of the guys go. That's why most of them go. Now Daniel, and I remember Kevin didn't want to go at one point.
Kevin went 1 year, but I think Sammy talked to him or something, and he understood why Sammy couldn't set foot over in Saudi, and that's why he decided not to go.
So he doesn't go. Sammy's not going to go. Other than that, everybody else goes. And that's they get bank for going over there.
That's the only good thing. But it's like the Saudi prince. Remember when they were first going over there and they were doing that battle royal? And it's like he wanted guys like Yokozuna in there, and we're like,
Yokozuna did.
It's like he's been dead. I bet she wishes he was still stuck. Yeah, probably. But anyway, they're gonna go over to Saudi, and I'm pretty sure he'll beat Brock in Saudi. Because even though, like, here's what I was figuring. Because I was talking to my friend today about this. Roman is really big on SmackDown right now. He's their top guy over on SmackDown, and Fox is seeing the numbers coming in with Roman being champ.
Of course.
So people want to watch. People want to see him fall. So while I'm not saying Brock didn't give Fox numbers because you want to keep Fox happy, but they're spiting USA to please Fox, and that's going to come back and, oh yeah, he wanted Umaga too.
Yeah.
You want a lot of dead guys.
Well, I'm not going to say anything because knowing them, they're probably listening right now. So, but the way I see it, they're going to keep that belt on Roman. But I say by Survivor Series, that's probably why they moved Hell in a Cell up this year. If they're going over to Saudi, then that means they're only doing one show in October. Come Survivor Series or after Survivor Series, because they'll do champion versus champion, which means we'll get Big E versus Roman. And I really hope, I know Raw wins every year, but I don't care if that's the
SmackDown wins.
only match. That is the only match I want Raw to win. Is Big E.
I feel like they could throw us a curveball. They could, and it would be a massive swerve to drop that title to Finn.
No, I don't. I think they'll either do something. They'll take, because Survivor Series, they're going to focus on just like champion versus champion. I better freaking get, somehow they need to put back together Hurt Business, because they shouldn't have broke up the damn group in the first place, because I was very, very interested in that.
Speaking of the Hurt Business, okay, so Big E did an interview with Complex Magazine this week when he won the title. It was right after he won the title. So shout out to Complex. Picture. Right? Shout out to Complex for getting that interview out there because it was really good read. And Big E was very vocal about Bobby Lashley having the Hurt Business back. He said that's a good storyline to run with the Hurt Business going up against New Day. And he said that he wouldn't mind the Bloodline versus New Day. So they have a lot to work with Big E being champion. And Big E said it multiple times in that interview. He really wants the Hurt Business to get back together. And I think they should put them back together. I think Bobby Lashley should be shown going back to Shelton Benjamin, talking to him, Cedric, and getting them together. And they go out there while Big E doing that celebration or whatever they do, and the Hurt Business attack. And that's how it should be set up. And that's how it should be. That's the way it should go. I don't have a problem with that. I'm fine with that. But that's even more Black people being seen on TV, which I love, and I don't have an issue with that. And I like the whole interview. If you haven't read his interview on Complex yet, you really should go and read it because Nikki was answering some really good questions about the Hero Rocks program. He was talking about how he felt after getting that title, before he got the title, what led to him getting the title. Like, he explained everything. So y'all can really learn a lot more if you go and read that Complex article. It was well written. The guy who gave the interviews, I can never remember his name. Oh, goodness, I'm gonna get ate up, but I can't remember his name. But the guy who did the interview with Big E asked the right questions, and it was really good to read.
But I either want Hurt Business versus New Day or New Day versus Bloodline, because after, I think, Survivor Series is TLC, and nothing really major happens on that show that's like jaw-dropping. I say by Royal Rumble, Finn Balor wins that title, because Roman's had it for a year, and he's like Finn. He never technically lost that title.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he lost it because did he?
No, he got injured.
He vacated.
He got injured.
Ben
got injured in a match. That's why he had to.
Oh, that's right. Because then the Universal title. Yeah, Finn never lost that title. Roman came back to claim the title. He never lost because he was on Raw, and then COVID hit, and then that's when he showed back up onto SmackDown. Was it SmackDown or
No, he was always on SmackDown. He was always on SmackDown. He was gonna have that match with Goldberg, but COVID hit, so they switched off from him to Braun Strowman. Gave Strowman the title for a little while. Then they gave it to Bray. Then SummerSlam came around, and they dropped it back and gave it to Roman.
That's hard to believe. It's only been a year and a half with all that shit going on.
Only been a year.
But I mean, that's the thing. Roman came back and got the title that he never officially lost. So he'll have, by January, he would have had that title for about a year and 6 months, give or take. Don't ask me to do math. I think Royal Rumble, if it's not Rumble, then WrestleMania needs to be the end point of this feud with Finn. Because I'm just concerned though, if he's bringing out the demon already, that's where I'm concerned at, because he usually only pulls the demon out for like,
gonna win.
Well, no, because he's lost as the demon too, but I mean as like moral support or whatever.
I don't see him lose as the demon. Has he lost as a demon?
I don't know.
I think against Bray Wyatt one time he did lose.
Yeah. I don't know, but if he brings the demon back out on like a Royal Rumble or like a WrestleMania level thing, because like you could have like this thing with Brock continue, even if like Brock and him fight at Royal Rumble, like him and Roman fight at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
By WrestleMania, Finn needs to be back in that title scene, and that's when he needs to bring the demon out at WrestleMania.
Okay. What's your prediction for Big E's WWE Championship run? Well, first of all, he's got to finish with Bobby Lashley. That is not over. So they're probably going to run that back at Crown Jewel, or they will run it back at TLC in December. Then there's supposed to be like a mini pay-per-view in Atlanta in January. So they may do that. You okay? Other than that, hell, I don't see how. I'm not sure how they will book him. Like they can always have to go up against Sheamus. Drew McIntyre might still be there. They may shift McIntyre over. You really can't ask how they will book him because the draft is literally right after Extreme Rules. So we don't know where people are going to be. Now, for the most part, I feel like they're not going to move Big E, and I don't think they're going to move Roman. Fox will have a damn fit if they move Roman Reigns off of there.
I see Seth going to Raw, and Seth will be like he'll finish up this thing with Lashley. If Seth goes to Raw, he will be the first major. Like who was it with McIntyre that was like the first big guy he went up against? Like
it was Bobby.
Was it Lashley?
It was Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Lashley, and then they moved from him to holy fuck.
I don't remember. But I think honestly, if they want to show that Big E is going to be like a force to be reckoned with as champ, him going over on Seth Rollins would be the best way to cement him as a serious champion.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's true. Hello, Anthony. I think a Hurt Business reunion makes great sense. I just have no faith in Vince and Bruce doing the right thing. The reality is, first of all, if they had no faith to put the titles on Big E in the first place, and they had no faith in Bobby Lashley to put the title on Lashley for as long as they do, then you're going to have to give them a little bit. Because right now, really the only company showcasing black talent in title contingency on national television is the WWE. Now, Ring of Honor is doing it. Shane Taylor is a champion over there. There's a couple more people that are champions over there. But that is not happening across the board when it comes to the mainstay companies between AEW, Impact, and WWE. Now, recently, earlier this year, Rich Swann was champion over there. They had potential with Chris Bay. They had a lot going on. But right now, WWE is the most melanated company you got. So you're going to have a little bit more faith in that. I wouldn't put my faith in Vince McMahon and in Bruce Pritchard. What I would put my faith in is your champion. Because right now, Big E has the most pull next to Roman Reigns. He's well liked backstage, and they listen to him. He now is in a position to be able to make changes that are different. He can say yes or no to certain storylines if he don't want to move in that way. He has a way. He has the power to be able to make things happen. So can he use his leverage to push forward the narrative that the business needs to be put back together? Yes, he can. Is it going to work? It could, because he has to make sure when he presents the argument that it makes sense.
You see, we always talk about on the show how they need locker room leaders. And in this case, they have two great leaders. On SmackDown, you have Roman, and then on Raw, you have Big E. And the locker room leaders are always the ones like, if you can't talk to the higher ups, they're like mom and dad. If you can't talk to the higher ups or you don't feel comfortable doing it, you tell them and they'll pass on the message. And you don't have to deal with them personally. They'll do the talking for you.
Do you think Paige is returning back to the ring? I mean, it's possible. If Edge was able to have the surgery and be corrected, he for sure can come back. What you gonna watch, dude? Oh, gonna watch football. Really?
Is Dark Side of the Ring on yet?
No,
not yet.
Oh,
I don't
okay. I cannot wait for that tonight.
They ain't even two good teams. Watching good teams. Damn.
Who's playing?
Washington and who? And New York, the Giants. Man, Clark offense, because that shit, that's what. You might want to watch them play.
I don't think Paige is gonna come back because like I feel bad because she worked really hard to get where she was, but it's unless she can adapt to wrestling now compared to how she was when she got injured again. I don't know. He lost to Samoa Joe. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Man, but that's NXT though. Like, I'm talking about his main roster bouts. Like,
Well, NXT needs to be a part of Survivor Series this year. It needs to be.
no, I don't think they need to be in Survivor Series this year. They all got all new people on the show. That ain't gonna work.
It'll be good. Like, sheesh.
Mm-mm. I don't think it'll work. Now, what they gonna do with Edge? Because he looks like he trying to go after the title. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like
He needs to.
Edge can go one or two ways. He can transition in the back for Raw and help Raw out and be a producer for Raw, or he can stay on SmackDown and do what Daniel did and not necessarily and like be and transition into a GM until it's his time to hold the title again. Because right now, the smart thing to do would be to put the title on Valor if you're gonna go for if you want to keep pulling people in to watch TV. It's no shade to Edge, but I feel like older talent shouldn't be the only one who can hold the title.
Mm-hmm.
Finn never got the opportunity to actually be champion. It is not fair to Finn Balor. He deserves at least a decent title run. It wasn't his fault. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
And it wasn't Seth's fault either. Okay, we've all moved past that. It was a freak accident that happened.
I think there might be some heat on her in WWE. If she comes back, I think it may be somewhere else.
Wait,
I don't
what
think
way?
there's any heat with Paige in WWE. She's still getting paid.
Ain't no heat on her. Nobody have no problem with her.
She's still getting paid.
I think there's.
She's
I still think they're. I think they're talking about. Oh, shit! I think they're talking about like her Twitch thing, like how she was kind of acting on Twitch when all that shit went down.
Well, if they ain't over it by now, they ain't gonna never get over it.
She has every right to act that way.
I mean, no one says she shouldn't be upset by the fact that she can't have her Twitch, but at this point, it's over and done with. It's either she gonna shit or get off the pot. Now, from my understanding, she's still employed by WWE. So,
yes. I need to buy these tickets.
So I don't see how there's any issues with her there. I think if she wants to come back, she'll come back. WWE is going to be very cautious with her if she does come back because Paige can be very reckless. She has already proven that. And that's one of the reasons why Daniel left was because WWE were very coddling with him. And he felt like he could go. I don't need to be rested. I don't need to be protected. And he said it himself. They're very protective of me, but I'm fine. I'm like, okay. Live your best life.
They say that. They say that now. I just.
You say what now?
Hold on, y'all. I'll be back. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Let me put this thing up.
I just wanna go where you go tonight. Baby, hold my hand. Take me one more time. I don't wanna be without you again. I want you to stay, 'cause it feels so great. Bye. See you could come back. I think about you, can I do? I wanna know if you think of me too. Baby, come over, let me kiss you.
Okay, sorry about that.
We were having a commercial break.
Since WWE draft is coming up, I think Carmella is going to Raw and Drew McIntyre going to SmackDown on Edge.
Carmella can go back to the PC and learn
And
some
Edge
moves.
is going to Raw. What is she even doing in WWE?
Who?
Paige. Right now, nothing.
Isn't she like in an ambassador role or something? Not ambassador,
would,
but like.
I would say, yeah, at this point. I mean, no shade, but if they was dumping contracts,
Should have been one of them.
hers would have been the first to go messing with me. I mean, that's just, I'm not trying to be mean, but that's just being real. Because she's not doing anything. Like, what is she doing?
I guess they
Nothing.
scared. I guess they scared. She got that neck situation that was going on.
If they put Sonya in a GM position, they could have put Paige in one.
She was in one. She was in one.
And
she
then
she did a real good damn job of it too. Because
they took away the general manager position.
And then they moved her. And I was like, if y'all, because then they stopped having GMs, period. All the GMs got removed. And then they sort of brought it back with Adam and Sonya. I would have preferred if you had made Sonya like, I don't know, make her the GM for SmackDown and make Paige the GM for Raw. I feel like that's a better fit.
I mean, NXT still kept their GM, William Regal.
Yeah, Regal's been GM since like forever and a day now.
Since the beginning of time.
Oh, it's on right now.
Because I know JBL was the general manager for NXT.
Oh my God!
What's on now? What's on now?
Dark Side of the Ring.
The Plane Ride from Hell. Right, Tommy Dreamer's talking right now.
He was on it.
Catch up on it.
He was on it.
Yeah.
If y'all have Vice Network, go watch this because we're gonna be talking about it later. This is one of the most craziest pieces of history in WWE fucking ever.
No, Alexis did do a good job with Play Ride from Hell on the podcast because I don't think Dark Side of the Ring is gonna cover everything. But even if they do, you still have to listen to it because she did a really, really good job. And it was fucking crazy. I was like, what the hell kind of shit? All this stuff happened in one night?
Download on Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Thank you. I did. There was one thing that I did mess up on. It was not. Here's what made it a little bit rowdier. In the podcast, I said the plane was delayed by an hour, when really, on accident, I meant to say the plane ride was delayed for 7 hours.
What?
What?
So I didn't know that. I didn't know a specific amount of time. They just said it had been delayed for hours. And I found out today the plane was delayed for 7 hours. So that is my fault for not getting the correct information, and I apologize.
Oh, wow.
That is fucking nuts. Y'all gotta go listen to the podcast. Rico said life update. Hinge is one of the worst fucking dating apps I've ever used. Oh my God.
I've never heard of Hinge.
What's Hinge?
It's a dating app.
Well, no shit.
I'm just saying, I ain't never used it. You know. I don't know if it's specifically for gay people.
I never heard of it. Let me look up on my app. Let me look up
Would
the
you put
definition.
Shinsuke Nakamura on Monday Night Raw? So if he
did we? Oh, we
heard Raw before.
When we did our mock draft, didn't we say that Nakamura just stays on SmackDown?
No, we switched him. We wanted him to go to Raw and send Damian Priest to SmackDown.
Oh, that's yeah. What the hell's that noise?
What was that? What was that?
It's not me.
Some demons up in here.
Don't look at me. I ain't doing no demon shit.
Let me blow out these candles.
And Hinge is just a regular old dating app. It's got 4.5 stars. on the Apple Store.
That's me. That's why when I leave the app, it goes to that.
Donde
He said
está
it's
my
you
shit?
shouldn't use. It's for everyone, but it sucks. Don't use it. Oh my god.
Okay,
So glad
I
I
won't
don't.
use it. I'll stay off of it.
So glad I don't have to use a dating website anymore. Oh my god.
I have to
I wish I
agree.
gotta hit up this person.
Uh-oh.
I told my husband yesterday I don't appreciate you enough because really, I can't do it.
Mm-mm.
What happened? Wait, what happened?
Me and Tiff wouldn't be able to be on dating sites because I couldn't do online dating anymore.
You guys could
Yeah,
still do it if you were
Rico, I do
single.
think it might be for the straights. They not saying it's for the straights, but
So that's why I hate it. At least it's not OK Cupid.
Cupid is whack.
or Christian Mingle.
There's really a
Hey,
Christian Mingle out there?
There is ChristianMingle.com.
What do
You
you
go on
find?
Christian Mingle and meet a whole bunch of gay people on there. There'd be a whole bunch of gay people on there.
I feel like our conversation would be like, Jesus was this and that, and God
Oh,
was
you
this.
don't understand.
I would just be like,
There be none but freaks on Christian Mingle. Ain't nobody on there normal.
What they gonna dress up as, a preacher?
Okay.
I mean,
You don't
hey.
say shit. You don't fuck around and give somebody that come outside with their whole asshole out.
Dress as a preacher?
Yeah, why not? I mean, everybody's got fucking kinks, man. Shit.
Just because they Christians don't mean they ain't freaky. That's why they the way they are.
We know they freaky. We know Christians are freaky. People in the church be acting like they ain't freaky, but they freaky.
They'll look down on people, but it's like they freaks. They look down on us, man.
Oh.
They like, oh, you do impure things in bed, and like, look, lady, it's not my fault that your God decided to have a sense of humor and put the male pleasure organ in their butt. Okay, so
yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right.
So you bought that for yourself, but you didn't think of me.
Wait, what happened?
You always buy yourself shoes, AJ.
Uh-oh.
What kind of shoes he got?
You're only allowed to less than 10 people, and they send me emails saying you and this person are compatible, and even if I like them, there's no guarantee it's a match.
Oh. Somewhere.
Brandy.
Deleted.
Anybody ask you nothing, Brandy?
Freaky.
She said I'm freaky. I can't.
Also, you don't swipe right. You have to like one of their photos or answer their questions or their answers to one of their prompts. And you have to leave a comment on it.
That's way too much fucking work.
That sounds like an assignment.
Maybe I can get on Christian Mingle.
You can go on Hornet, Scrub.
Be telling y'all, get on Christian Mingle, honey.
You can go on Hornet, Scrub, Jack. You can go on all those places.
What?
Jack, Grindr, Scrub.
Look. All I had was MySpace dating. Okay, Cupid.
Really?
Christian Mingle.
Why you sound like T.S. Madison for a second when you said that? Christian
Because that's
Mingle.
what she said.
Oh yeah. Christian Mingle and all
Where's the dating sites for like pagans and atheists and all that shit?
I don't know, paganlove.com.
Dude, there's a farmersonly.com. It is for other farmers to hook up with other farmers.
Maybe people to redneck white people on Farmers Only.
Wow.
Just call it whitemayo.com.
White mayo.
White mayo. White mayo.
Nasty ass bread.
Yeah. Got white bread and mayo.
You downloaded Grindr? I found me a Jewish guy on Grindr.
Why is that a shocker to find a Jewish guy on Grindr?
Because you don't really see them on there.
Huh. I like
Farmers
Jewish.
Only is a good app.
Farmers, when I walk into the wrong end of that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
I'm
use
psyched.
Bumble and Tinder the most, but sometimes it's just demoralizing.
Bumble. I never heard of Bumble.
But well, because you're not straight.
He ain't straight either.
So Bumble is one where if you're a guy, I only know this because my ex roommate from last year was on it, and you sign up you sign up for it, and the girls are the one that make their first move. Like the girls message you if they're interested in you, not the other way around.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, girls. Get it. Get that D or that P.
Oh, shalom, really? Like God. Shalom.
Shalom.
You know there's a Jewish only dating website somewhere. You know there is.
Yeah.
There's if there's not, I will die of fucking laughter. What's it called?
I want to make a joke, but I might. But I don't want tips YouTube getting taken down. Go to
go to horny jail. What the fuck is all this shit that I bought today? What is it?
Oh, what did you buy?
Some witch stuff.
From Party City?
Bitch, do I look like I go to Party City to buy my witch supplies? I got some more. No, I actually went to my local metaphysical store today.
The Jewish dating site is called J-Date.
I've heard of J-Date. I didn't know that was still around though.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I had to find it.
Oh wow.
You know what the messed up thing is? I am like so curious to just ever make fake accounts and check out people's like profiles on those things.
That's
you can still do it. Oh my gosh, she got kicked out.
No.
Damn, she was getting good. It was getting good. Like, damn, come back. Alexis, come back.
Yeah, Alexis, you gotta come back.
Come back, Alexis. Come back.
There she is. She's back.
I don't see her.
I gotta add her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
I don't know. It either kicked you out or you hit something. I like Bumble because it prompts you to list your height, and I can weed out anyone who's shorter than me.
Don't every other dating site does that? Don't they all tell you your height? I mean, don't you always put your height up?
I mean, most of them you're supposed to put them in there.
Miss Burke said what? All right, I've done that. I'll go see it.
The short guy might be your soulmate.
Shut up, Haywood. I'm sorry, I'm in my locker room, the job locker room. So Alexis, you were saying how you before you got cut off.
You making this fake profile.
Like me and my one friend used to get when she had an OkCupid. Yes, I'm that old. We had an OkCupid account, and we would get drunk and just like scroll through all the profiles and try to find like the cringiest, creepiest like ones. I swear to God, this was not a fever dream. We were on OkCupid, and there's this girl who painted herself up to be a whole goddamn mudkip. I'm not even joking.
What?
A mudkip from Pokemon.
She sounds like my kind of lady.
Stop it. She
sounds very creative. I like her.
She sounds like mine just kind of people.
Do you remember her name?
Dude, this was like 10 years ago. What the fuck? And I was drinking. You really think I remember shit?
Think back 10 years ago. Think back 10 years ago. I was pretty young. Think back 10 years ago.
Were you so bad looking into a person's eyes on your eye level? I think you should expand your horizons a little bit.
Weren't you like 11 back then, though? Or were you even born back then? Were you a fetus at that point?
10 years ago, Alexis. I was not a fetus, Alexis.
So how old were you then?
I don't know. My math's not that good. My math is not that good.
I don't remember. I was drinking and probably under the other stuff that was going on, but I'm not saying that out loud.
The devil's lettuce.
Sure, let's say that.
The great letters. The great letters. The great letters.
The great lettuce.
He's 5'5".
You call with some premium devils like
Oh yeah. So I had to go to the doctor today. Rico, being somebody who's 5'5" isn't a bad thing.
What? I'm 5'5".
So I went to go to the doctor today, and we were coming home, and there's a street. There's the hospital literally has this whole block. Like there's like 2 or 3 blocks with the hospital, but it's got stores, it's got hotels, and it's like 2 or 3 hospital buildings on that block. And on that street is Chester. On that street, from the time we hit where Cleveland Clinic starts, we smelled premium Kush. That was pure gas we were selling. I was like, what is that?
What the fuck?
I'm like, why is it? And I swear, because Jared was in there with me, it was only by the hospital.
Somebody was getting high.
Oh shit, yeah.
And somebody's just walking around, and I'm like, I know y'all smell that shit.
They were lighting it up.
Like if it was in the car would have rolled past us. It would have followed where we were going. But as we got further away from Cleveland Clinic, the lesser we smelled the Kush. And I'm like, nah, Jared, that was by the hospital. Somebody was going off on some premium Kush. That was shit. Smelled like straight skunk ass. I was like, yo,
god damn.
They were living their best life, whatever that was.
God.
You know what? At this point, 2021, let's just fucking let's just do that shit. I don't give a fuck at this point.
Oh, so you want to get high, Alexis?
Dude, I'm the stay-at-home mom of a 6-year-old. What the fuck do you think?
I thought you was working.
Yeah, but do you think they don't drug test at a restaurant unless you show up high and acting all shitty?
I can't be the taller guy on the show. I need someone tall. Wait, what? I can't be the taller guy on the show. I need
him. Like, why he can't be like 5'7" or 5'8"?
You can find a guy
Question.
that's your height, Rico. Ain't nothing wrong with a guy that's shorter
Question.
than you or taller.
No, when it comes to straight guys, I noticed they like dating taller girls. Like, I'm 5'11", and before Daryl, I'd always date guys shorter than me. But I figured it out. It's because they want to be where my boobs are.
Yeah.
Straight guys date taller girls because they want to be tucked up under their tits or have their face like right in them when you hug them.
I don't give a damn tall. I'm sure you win my face going in the
You know what? I have a question. It's been on my
mind. Down there somewhere in the
women can answer.
Cheers. This is live.
Since you
on YouTube.
Since you a tip for women. I'm fucking stupid. No,
I just want to know, why do you want to date a guy taller than you? So you can like, do you hope he has titties too that you can just like press your face in?
Lord have mercy, Alexis. Lord have mercy.
I don't see the problem in you dating a guy who's your height or maybe a little bit taller. I can understand you not wanting to date a guy shorter than you.
5'5" is not a bad height.
Because you're 5'5", I'm 5'5". Like if he Kevin Hart tall, like I can understand that. Like, cause you'd be like, let me pick you up right quick.
Let me pick you up, small child.
And that, if he's your height or maybe an inch or two taller, I don't understand why that's a problem. Like, I feel like you should be able to date a guy who is your height or taller. Like, it shouldn't just be you have to be taller. He should be your height or taller. Like, I could date a dude that was my height. I just so happen to fall in love with somebody who's taller than me.
Aww.
Which is against that curse. Because he likes to call me a little girl a lot. And sometimes he does this. He pats me on the head.
Oh, hell no.
Okay? Don't like it.
What the fuck? Okay, all right. Okay.
Mine's like it because he does pup play, but I ain't no goddamn pup. So
okay, I dress up. Ain't nobody pat me on the head when I'm out of
they
character.
don't pat you on the head.
When I'm out of character, no.
Motherfucker, where's my phone?
I don't believe you.
Oh my god.
I don't believe you.
No, ain't nobody pat me on the head when I'm out of character. No.
You said that was that experimental alternative medicine. It was some strong kush.
Whatever it was, that sounds
That
fucking
kush.
awesome right now.
So, Tiff, if you were working for a WWE as creative and produced the women's matches and Stephanie announced Evolution 2, how would you book the pay-per-view?
Well, we have enough women for the pay-per-view.
No, I would have to bring women in for that pay-per-view to work.
Go outside
How
the
long
company
time
and
I have
get
the
people from
pay-per-view
the
for?
indies.
Maybe an hour and a half. Hour and a half. Can I book matches for an hour and a half? It would have to include NXT people, Raw, and SmackDown in order for that to work, and NXT UK. I would have all 4 brands featured on Evolution 2. First of all, the way I would do it is Queen of the Ring would have started this month. It's early September. It would have started on Friday Night SmackDown, and then they would have moved into the final stages of Queen of the Ring, and they would have the finished product at either Crown Jewel, or I would have Evolution happen after that and have the final match on Evolution 2. We'll have all the titles defended on that show, which is basically making up of the show. The women's SmackDown Women's Championship, you would have the titles defended with Charlotte Flair if she kept the title, or if Alexa Bliss kept the title, have her defended. Instead of booking Sasha Banks and Bianca for Royal Rumble, book them for Evolution 2 if you want to have people actually show up. I would have the tag team titles defended from both shows. The NXT UK Championship would be defended, and there would be one massive feud where it was no titles involved and just a big fight. And I would have to figure that out. So, like, maybe, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But the way that the division is looking, it would have had to have been booked. If you're going to do it, it would have had to been booked now. And Evolution would have to take place in like December before TLC. That's the only way I would have been able to do it.
Okay.
5'5" and under is a no-go for me. 5'6" and above is a range. So you wrong. 5'5" should be good enough. You start with 5'5". You don't cut it off at 5'5".
Tell them to wear boots. Wear some boots.
Hell no.
Wear some platforms.
Wear some damn boots. They'll make them taller.
No, because then I get free piggyback rides. You can piggyback ride over somebody who's 5'5". Rude.
Better have that strength to carry that person.
Right. Just real big and stocky for no reason.
Come on, that doesn't sound like me.
My nail is killing me.
Fucking tarot cards aren't working for me right now. What the fuck?
Alexis, where's the cat and the dog?
See, everybody I know short, except for Alexis. She gonna be the tallest one at the party. Her, Jordan, you,
and my brother,
Anthony, and Chris.
I'm gonna be the only tall girl. I'm used to it. Don't worry.
Yeah, her and Danny, if she comes, Danny's 6 foot.
Danny's 6 foot. My friend Danny's 6 foot.
Jesus.
But I don't know if she's coming or not. She said she's.
But see, I'm gonna wear my boots though, so that gives me a good couple inches.
He said we gotta carry. I would have Miko versus Kenny, Blair versus Bea Priestley versus Blair, Miko versus Jenny versus Blair, Bea Priestley versus Nina Samuels versus Emil versus Danny Luna for the title. These ladies can all go. That is a lot. That whole
they aren't even signed to WWE though.
It's a very convoluted match. Like, you got a lot of people in this match. Bea Priestley's name is Blair now. Okay. Miko versus Jenny versus Blair versus Nina Samuels versus Amel versus Danny Luna. That's too many people in one match.
Is she signed to WWE now?
I don't know. I ain't dating no Johnny Gargano shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that Johnny Gargano.
You're cutting out your shit. That's why you fuck around with some of these fuck boys. Some of these fuck boys be the tall ones.
Johnny Gargano is he's give me a clone.
Johnny Gargano not cute, but I'm
He is cute.
saying no, he not.
He cute.
No, he not.
He cute. Move on. Move on. Next question. Move
No,
on.
he not.
Move on. Next question.
Someone in this damn chat is interrupting my fucking tarot
It's
reading that I'm
Maj,
trying to
but
do
he
on
keeps saying
myself.
Johnny Gargano cute.
He is cute.
No, he
He's
not.
Yes, he is.
Look.
He a little,
At the
he a
end of the
little
day,
Gollum.
He is Gollum.
Candice LeRae loves him, so
Okay,
he
let's
he
She
found
can
his
love him
person.
and have his babies if she wants to by Gollum. I don't care about none of that. That ain't none of my business.
Gollum. The
But
disrespect.
if he, hey, you asking me if I find Johnny Gargano attractive, the answer would be no. And that's no shade to Johnny Gargano. That's just, I don't find him attractive. He probably don't find me attractive. I don't give a I don't
That
care.
wasn't the question, though.
That opossum ain't cute. He called him an opossum.
How you gonna call him an opossum? Lord.
Damn.
The disrespect on
He
Johnny.
goes by Blair Davenport on NXT UK. Okay.
Wait, what?
Who, Bia?
Yeah, her name is Blair on
Oh,
NXT UK.
she still looks like a bulldog.
Damn. Bulldog. God damn. I
Rhea
felt like that.
Ripley and Will Ospreay,
They're trash.
they bullied another wrestler, and it turned out that that wrestler was telling the truth. And they came out and said they didn't do nothing, but the promotion that was promoting them and was using them for the matches was saying that they did do that. And Bea Priestley was real vocal on social media about stuff. So
There's a
They're
lot
both
going.
trash. They're both trash, and I will always and forever call her a bulldog-looking bitch.
Who having a boy?
did y'all see that they having a boy? I mean, good for them. I don't really like talking about people's babies because that ain't none of my business. So, I mean, I'm happy for them. I'm happy that Candace is pregnant. I'm happy that they're having a baby together. I am. Yeah, Bea just signed to NXT UK and she just got suspended. Suspended
She
for
just got suspended?
For what?
what did she do?
Probably being a bulldog-looking dumb bitch.
Don't start.
Damn, Alexis. Like, I gotta look at
I don't like her. I do not like her.
She's like a whole bulldog. I can't.
I love bulldogs, and I feel bad for calling her that.
Girl
Switch
just
it up,
said she looked
Rico.
like a bulldog.
You ain't got nothing to lose by dating somebody who's the same height as you. You ain't got nothing to lose.
Yep.
Frederico, what's your date of birth? I'm gonna do a tarot card reading on you. What's your date of birth?
Oh Lord, here she
goes. They did a little segment on NXT UK for the reveal. She attacked the general manager and Neil said, okay, so
it's Kate.
Like a work.
Okay, I thought she really got suspended. Had me over here thinking she had did something for real. Y'all got to tell us when it's kayfabe, okay?
Got
So you sitting up here you got Lexus calling her a bulldog looking bitch, and she was already calling her that before you said that. But I'm just saying, she reinforced it. You gonna have to
just went for her throat.
I don't like her.
Let's go by Blair. I don't like Blair. I don't like the Davenport.
I gotta catch up on NXT UK.
Is Bea Priestley English?
I think so.
Yeah, she's British, I think.
Oh.
All right. He ain't giving me his date of birth.
Yes, he did. Here it goes.
I can't hear anything.
August. Oh my God, you are a baby.
He said he was removed at 5 a.m.
Jesus
What
Christ.
is that noise? Hold on a second. Let me check something.
I think that's Maj.
I'm gonna mute Maj. Okay. Is that me? Nope. I don't hear it no more. Okay, so I'll back in.
Okay, hang on.
Okay, you can unmute yourself, Maj.
All right. Hold on. I just pulled his card. Where is it?
All right. Section 2. He's young. It's Maj. She said it happens when he leaves the app. Okay, he'll come back.
All right.
What's this one?
He's got the hangman. It says hangman is a tantalizing figure, usually a male, hanging upside down by one leg. The hangman's expression is serene, as if he enjoys his state. He almost appears to be engaged in a rather bizarre form of meditation or ritual. All right, so many writer, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right, so here's what this means. You are suspended between the past and the future. A new direction for your life is in the making. Look at things from a different perspective. And make necessary readjustments. Readjustment is needed, but the good news is that there's no hurry. Take your time and make the right decisions about where you truly want to take your life. Pay attention to your inner development and be prepared to dance to a different drummer in the future.
I told you. Whoa.
I just do this for fun. No. I just do this for fun every once in a while. So, and kind of sometimes my tarot card reads the shit out of them. So, kind of fun.
Say for one stop shop. I told you, Rico. I told you so. Boom.
My punk rock tarot cards told you so. Why do they gotta make the lovers Sid and Nancy? That's disgusting.
I'm about to watch Dark Side of the Ring later.
Is there? All right, what part are they on now? Dark Side on it.
I don't know. I haven't. Ew.
What?
I haven't watched. Why I gonna put that up there, Rico? He said that's a lot of reference. That's a reference of a lot of things in my life. Seeing as how he's in limbo with with his personal stuff.
Well, I'm just saying this is all in fun. You don't have to take it seriously, but this is just what it reads as.
I think it's in reference to how you pick your mins.
Readjustment.
Told you. Mr. Black said, "Let me get a card."
Can I get a card?
630.89.
All right, please, guys. Tiff, is it okay if I do it in your live?
Yeah.
All right. Just remember.
Don't be mad at Alexis for what she pulled, because she ain't got no control for that.
Just remember, this is all in fun. This is all in fun. Okay, so hang on. Let me get one more good shuffle. All right. Is there a certain question or anything that you're having problems with, or anything like that?
Holy shit!
What?
You see in the group chat that Alexis posted the little people wrestling?
You mean Nicole?
Well, yeah, Nicole. Sorry.
No, I haven't got there yet. She on some bullshit right now. I love her, but she on some bullshit. All right, let me shuffle this one more good time. All right. Uno, dos, tres.
He said, "Nah, surprise me."
Okay. You got the High Priestess. Let me look her up real quick. Again, this is all fun and games, guys. Please don't take these too seriously. Even though I had read the shit out of them before with these cards. They read Tip the Filth one night, and she's just like, what the fuck? Okay.
I want somebody 6 foot because I'm short. Just because you're short don't mean you have to be with somebody who's 6 foot.
All right. So, the High Priestess is the most mysterious card representing secret knowledge. She symbolizes feminine spiritual power, or the goddess from where all life comes and to all life returns to. When the high priestess appears, she indicates that something hidden or interior is preparing to come forth, or that you need to pay more attention to your inner world of dreams, imagination, and intuition. She advises you to develop awareness of your night side, so to speak, as well as the daylight personality. Usually the person realized the importance of developing this part of his life, but may have been holding back out of fear. So since I read her and she was upright, you are experiencing awareness of the invisible world where interchange takes place before it manifests into the outer world. Your attunement to these inner invisible sources is acute now, and you are in a position to take advantage of this. You may want to remove yourself literally from your day-to-day life to go deeper into your inner core. Tune in to your inner voice and spiritual awareness.
Sounds like you're not listening to yourself.
Was that like at all correct, or?
Let me see. Mr. Black, did that hit something for you? Once I get his answer, then I'll put everybody else's questions up here. Alexis is really popular tonight with her cards. She's really popular.
Hey, you want me to do your hey, I'll pull your card for you real quick if you want me to.
Me on live in front of everybody.
You're no fun.
He said that was on point. You got him, Alexis. You got him together. Nerd.
Hey, just hey, if it gets too personal, just tell me to stop and I'll stop. So.
Oh, let me see if there's something else. Okay, hold on. Brandy was next. She said she wanted to be next. Brandy, you got to put your birth date in there.
Okay, date of birth, and if you have a question to ask to go along with it.
Rico said, I actually am going on a date with a dude tomorrow and would delve into all the reasons why I like dudes taller than me, but that would take a Zoom.
Oh, Lord. Because you picky as shit, that's why.
Right.
I don't need my tarot cards to say that shit.
Ooh, goodness.
Okay, Brandy. All right, Brandy Henderson, January 17th, 1998. Oh my God, you are a child.
Yes, yes.
All right, Brandy, hang on just a second.
What is that, when California Love Drop? When did California Love Drop?
All right, Brandy.
For 3 years already.
You got Judgment.
Uh-oh.
Not just because some of these names sound scary, please don't think they are scary, okay? Let's see. Lovers. Where is it? Hermit, Wheel of Fortune. Where is, hold on, let me get in my book.
Well, when Alexis is waiting to get Brandy stuff together, I'm going to read Rico's comment. It's not picky. The only requirement is that you're taller than me. I don't care if it's 5'6", 5'10", or 6'3". Just be taller than me. Well, how about in other areas?
Okay, here we go. The Judgment card is visually seems rather negative. In all allegorical symbolism of the major arcana, this is the most purely Christian, suggesting that the fear day of judgment when God will judge all souls, blah, blah, blah. Okay. However, this is not a totally Christian idea. Whatever the viewpoint, the symbols on this card suggest an awakening. So when the Judgment card appears, what is awakening is a sense of higher self within. Sometimes the card coincides with turning away from a traditional set of beliefs toward one that better suits your personal why can't I pronounce this damn word?
I don't know.
Philosophy. Philosophy of life.
Yes.
Okay. Judgment represents the end of an old way of life, a cycle that is finished. It is time to seek a new direction, to make adjustments to reflect who you truly are. This is actually a really good card. It's about rebirth and basically...
I know what that that's about for her.
Regeneration and rebirth.
Brandy, you were afraid to leave home. And if I recall the last time we talked to you, you were still trying to decide if you were going to go in the Navy or not. And you didn't know what you needed to do.
Well, Brandy, here's your awakening. You have
like we told
you have had a wake-up call from the universe and are now ready to step into a new phase of your maturing process. Your life is fairly settled now, and you are letting things grow at a steady pace without hurrying the process. A new phase in your life is coming into as the natural result of your maturity. Like a tree that has gone through the flowering stage bears fruits as the product of its maturity. You may get important news that will provide beneficial, or you will acquire new knowledge that will bring you joy and a sense of fulfillment. Health improves and problems are easily solved.
Told you. I'm right again. I ain't even need the tarot cards. I just called that shit. That feels good. That feels good. Hold on. Khalil put a question in here.
Okay.
So he got his birthday. He said he's 2906.
Khalil Scott, 2906.
And then he has a question.
Okay.
The question says, why do I feel overwhelmed? And why can't I say I express what I really want to say sometimes?
Okay, hang on here.
He's overwhelmed and he feels like he can't express what he really wants to say.
All right.
It's giving me manifest vibes, but I love it. Y'all call it manifest, but I call it prayer. Y'all know I'm religious.
The Emperor. And because it's my punk rock cards, it's Joey Ramone. I love it. All right, hang on. Emperor. I haven't pulled him in a while.
I got your question up there, Khalil. Don't worry, she'll answer it.
Yeah, let me just.
Brandy said thank you.
You're welcome. I hope that helps out a little bit.
I told you, Brandy. Nobody want to listen to me though. They wait till she get the cards. They didn't want to listen.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Believe in the power of the cards.
Ew.
What?
A husband burnt.
Ew. How dare you?
Jared.
Okay, here we go. All right, so you got the Emperor. The Emperor is a figure of supreme authority, as his title suggests. He is usually shown seated on a throne, blah, 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 blah. This one's a little different because it's Joey Ramone. Okay. He often appeared. His age and position of authority speak of experience and wisdom gained. Although he is depicted as a warrior, his attitude is one of a beneficial ruler. While at rest, the Emperor's attitude suggests that he's willing to fight for what is right and what his duty to protect. He is the executive or leader who has reached the summit of authority and achieved worldly power. He is the builder of the material world who strives to make constructs of lasting value and importance. Thus, the Emperor is a father figure who lays down the ideals, morals, and inspirations for the entire family to follow. Are you having any issues with the male parental figure in your house at all, by any chance?
Like your daddy, uncle,
cousin, grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
When the Emperor appears in a reading, look for issues related to authority. Although the Emperor represents worldly power and wisdom, he is not simply a figure who gives commands to others. He understands that peace requires a willingness and ability to defend it. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance. Now, since it's right side up, this indicates that you are involved with the established order or with someone who represents that establishment. You may have a need to identify with a powerful group, whether religious, ideological, intellectual, economic, or political, and to be one of them. Or you may be associating with someone else who has this need. Are you worried about disappointing anybody who you see as like a male authority figure?
He said, my grandpa has been in and out of the hospital, so yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me see if I could read a little bit more into it. So weird that this picks up like the weirdest shit.
Wow.
See here. The emperor teaches the meaning of power and how to use it in this world. Although not overly aggressive, he tells us that it's necessary sometimes to take up arms against evil forces. Is your grandfather somebody that you very highly admire and that you're afraid to disappoint him out of all the other male figures in your life?
Gotta wait for Khalil to respond.
Not trying to go deep into this, but
it sounds like it.
The emperor often appears when the person is struggling to achieve independence, become his own person, and reconcile father issues.
He said yes.
Did that sound like it? You're struggling to achieve independence, become your own person, and reconcile father issues. Are you afraid that if you act like yourself, you or be who you want to be, that you'll disappoint your grandfather?
Ooh, it's getting real deep, honey.
Hey, this one cut a little deep. I'm sorry.
I mean, okay.
When the emperor appears, the individual's real father may have recently died or may die soon, a situation that can bring up feelings of being abandoned by a protective father figure. It's also possible that someone in the person's life is acting as a father figure, perhaps a boss or husband. Whether this is positive or negative, it will be indicated by the placement of the card on the layout. Now, it was upright, so that's more of a positive sign.
So your grandfather is a positive figure in your life and you're afraid to lose him. You're also toiling with who you are and what you want to be. And you're afraid if you show yourself to your father, your grandfather, that he'll reject you and then he'll pass and you'll never have his affection or love. I'll put it to you this way. If your grandfather is a good guy and he loves you, doesn't matter who you are or what you want to be, he'll support you either way. He said he always called me his shadow and I don't want to disappoint him, but I don't know how it might not just be him.
Okay.
It might not just be him.
Do you have other male figures in your life that you are worried about disappointing also?
Well, I'll put it to you this way, bro. The only way you know is you got to talk to your grandfather. But if he's the type of man that Alexis is describing and the kind of guy that you're saying that he is, then I don't see him turning his back on you anytime soon, regardless of what it is, whether it has to do with your sexuality or where you want to go in life or what you want to be or what you want to do. I think that he will support you either way, whether he's here on this plane or in another one. But you need to talk to him while he's here.
Exactly. I think also what that may have occurred into being is that if you're afraid of being yourself, you'll never be your true self. And while we do not want to disappoint the authority figures or the parental figures that we have in our life, we have to be our own person. We can't always be under the ideology that we're going to mess up and that they're not going to like us for being ourselves.
Well, my mother took on the male figure role growing up, so maybe it's her. I think it's both of them. I think you have an innate fear of disappointing the parental figures in your life. Your grandfather is one. He's the only male figure you've had. And then your mother is another one. And you're obviously very close to your mother, with her being a single parent. So I think that first you have to trust in the fact that they're your parents and that they love you. That's the first thing. And you also have to be able to stand up for yourself. That card has a dual meaning. What she said was, one, you have a fear, an innate fear of your grandfather's disappointment and disapproval. On the other side, you also have a fear of showing who you truly are because you fear the rejection. You have to be able to stand in your truth. The whole point of you getting that card, first of all, you need to accept and love yourself. That's the first thing. And second, you need to be able to be strong enough to go to your father, your grandfather, and your mother and let them know who you are. Because whether they accept you or not, you're still going to be who you are.
is this, I mean, we don't have to go too deep because we're getting deep in this and anything, but is there like a career that you're afraid of, or just something that like you're afraid that they won't appreciate you going into, or they don't want you to go into because they're scared for you? Does it have anything to do with school or sexuality or anything like that?
Nika, I'll get you next. I'll get you after JSAP because JSAP asked for one first.
Sorry, Tiff. I didn't mean to take over your life.
No, cool.
You sure you don't want me to read you?
No, because you ain't gonna tell my business. What?
There was that one time when we were in a Zoom and I read Tiff's tarot cards and man, read her to filth and back again. How about AJ?
Wait, what happened? What did you do?
Didn't we do that on Zoom last time? We did. You read both of us, and I didn't like that shit. I was like, nah,
No.
no, get out of my business.
Keep that witch shit away from me. Yeah,
Get out of my business. He said, I honestly want to start wrestling training, but everyone always said I should become a lawyer, and being a wrestler would be crazy. Oh. Well, here's what I say you should do.
Well, you could always do both.
I mean, you could still study to be a wrestler, because I mean, let's be real. Britt Baker is a dentist by trade, okay? She just happens to dabble in wrestling on the side. And she don't need to be no wrestler. She got her own shit going. She make good money as a dentist, okay?
And the way I see,
that's what she wanted to do.
you go to school, become a lawyer, you can get wrestling classes while you're in school. Then when you get out of school, use the wrestling money to help pay off your student debts. If you ever make it big and God forbid something happens, you have something to fall back on.
Not that being my reason for not telling my parents, because I came from a family of lawyers. Ooh, the cards they tell. The past, the present, and the future as well, honey.
I got friends on the other side.
Ooh, they telling all y'all business. They lock it till
You feel like you do what you feel like you want to do, but especially what's an area like wrestling, it's always safe to have a backup in case something happens.
I mean, because you can't be like Sasha. Okay, you can't put all your eggs in one basket because you don't know what the future holds. So I think
Exactly.
you got, at least if you have some type of inkling about law, then go into law, but you can still wrestle on the side. Ain't nothing wrong with doing both. I got two businesses.
Hey, you know what? You could, if you went to school to be a lawyer, you could be one of these people working with Andrew Yang to get unions for pro wrestlers right now. You can.
You guys make me laugh so much, but I appreciate it, and I love the advice. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, love.
Going to JSAP, I gotta go back to his comment. He said
Okay.
his birthday is 4804.
Okay, Jade, do you have a certain question, or do you just want a general reading?
Yeah, here's his question. He says, sometimes I can be shy and insecure. I'm assuming he wants to overcome it. Yeah,
Okay.
You're here. You coming here now. I can't even get the show started because Jay tell all the business. I can't announce no matches. I can't say nothing.
All right, hang on.
Hey, everyone, let's get in. Now that I think about it, you probably could be an entertainment lawyer or something too. Ooh, that's a good idea. You could do law. So you could probably end up healing some of these wrestlers, helping some of these wrestlers too. That's a good point. I mean, you ain't gonna be no David Otunga. You're gonna be better than me. Okay.
Oh shit! You did not just diss David Otunga.
I'm just saying, I love David Otunga, but I'm just saying he didn't really do much.
Okay, let's see here. Tower, the star. All right. So Jay, you got the moon.
AD2 is here.
All right. So the moon is a magical, mysterious card, embellic and the unconscious and the invisible realm of dreams, imagination, and psychic impressions. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't need to know that because I got Susie Banshee on this one. The water. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Some authorities say that the animals represent. There's no animals on here. Okay. The moon represents the link between spirit, the sun, and matter, the earth. The moon symbolizes what we feel and how we respond. Embellic of all that is the instinctive and irrational. The moon affects everything and everyone on Earth, from the ocean tides to the moods and reproductive cycles of humans. When the moon appears in a reading, it suggests that you should pay more attention to your inner self, your lunar self. In its diffused light, you can often see more clearly than in the glare of the noonday sun. The light of the sun enables you to see the world around you, but the moon illuminates what springs naturally from inside you. Pay attention to your dreams, feelings, instincts, and intuition. It can also indicate deceit and self-deception, confinement, and undoing. But these conditions are usually a result of ignoring your own inner promptings. If you get taken, especially emotionally, it's because you let your rational mind override your feelings. The moon's appearance also recommends tying up loose ends connected to your past, especially to your mothers or other females. So the moon says that you are perceiving the reality of your inner nature more clearly, becoming more aware of feelings and inner perceptions. The moon also suggests psychic ability. You can tune in to other people's vibrations because you are connected to the information network of the invisible world. Pay attention to hunches and dreams. This is also a good time to develop your intuitive skills. So what this is trying to say is that, is there some kind of hidden issue? Like, have you been burnt in the past by somebody before that, like, kind of took you for a ride by any chance?
Okay, Jason. Does that card mean anything to you?
Have you always been very shy? You're shy and insecure, or is it because you have been burnt emotionally by people in your past?
No, but my mom passed when I was 2 months.
Well, she is the symbol of the goddess.
What does the card mean again?
So, okay. Maybe my tarot deck's running out of gas. I don't know. So the moon represents the link between the spirit and the matter, or the sun and the earth. It symbolizes what we feel and how we respond. It's basically instinctive and irrational. The moon affects everything and everyone on Earth, from the ocean's tide to the moons and reproductive cycles of humans. Is there like a certain thing that makes you very shy? Like, makes you shy and nervous?
So there's obviously something. Maybe it's himself.
The moon says you are perceiving the reality of your inner nature more clearly, becoming more aware of feelings and inner perceptions. Are you having like any kind of like second guessing yourself, or
That would fall under insecurity. Well, your emotions are more heightened. So what's going on? Like, are you trying to do something that you don't really feel secure in doing, like dating, school, whether you want to be a wrestler? Do you feel like that you don't have the chops to do it, so you keep trying to talk yourself out of it? Because it sounds like
Justice.
He's insecure about his weight.
Okay. And have you tried to start working out or eating healthier, or doing anything not to, because it's also, because remember what it said, let's see here. It says you should pay more attention to your inner self. Now, are you trying to lose weight because you want to make your, or that, are you doing something with your weight to make it feel better about yourself instead, and thinking maybe once that happens, people will see you in a whole new light?
That's a good question.
Because I got another one here on him. Hang on. See here.
He said yes because doctor said I was too big for my age.
So, okay, so here we go. All right. So are you, is it because of your weight issues that you're making, that you feel so shy about trying to start relationships or being intimate with people?
I can guarantee you that that's what that's about. 100%. Okay, so I can help you with this one. So when I was your age, yeah, this is gonna go out, so I'm probably gonna get called a fat ass, but it's fine. When I was your age, and he said yes. When I was your age, I weighed 354 pounds, and I stayed that weight from the time I hit middle school up until I graduated from high school. I did not gain or lose any weight. I stayed at that weight. Okay. I did not have a problem with making friends because I had resolved myself to the point where they were either gonna love me or hate me. I didn't care. There was one time I was in school, and this is no lie. I was sitting in a chair. I had just came back from spring break. I think it was spring break we had. And I was wearing a sweatsuit. And my sweatsuit had slipped down. And I swear the crack of my butt was hanging out. And instead of my friend, someone who was my friend, telling me that my ass was hanging out, she chose to sit there with a boy that I did not like. They chose to sit and make fun of me. So when I got ready to get up, there was another boy that was sitting next to me. He was like, "Hey, yo, Tip," like the whole time he was sitting there, your butt was. And I'm like, ain't nobody told me. That was like, man, no, that shit was funny. Right then and there, I understood that people are shit. And it don't take much for them to follow in line with other people. I chose to be a leader. And it's exactly what you're going to have to do for yourself.
Well, I also pulled another card for you, hun, and this is the Justice card. When the Justice card appears in a reading and indicate that an actual legal matter is pending or being considered. Whatever the situation, you must weigh many factors to make this. The Justice card urges you to seek guidance from your inner self, not to solely rely on human advisors. It also cautions prudence and care, deliberate calmly and carefully before taking action. Now, what this means, what's up, you are concerned with external circumstances, waiting for the right time to act. You may be seeking justice in a personal or business affair, or you may be in lawsuit. I know this sounds weird, but it's getting to something that's adding up here. In any case, it is important to resolve the situation in a way it is fair to all participants. You must create a balance, not only with power, but with terms of your emotional reactions to the situation. This is a time to moderate in all things for creating harmony to facilitate relationships.
Told you.
You're a fucking walking tarot deck. Why the fuck am I buying? Tip, just answer questions. Why the fuck am I buying this?
I told you.
Does that help you out a little bit? Because I think
He said, y'all made me feel better about myself. Thanks. You are
And
very welcome.
you're welcome, love.
Okay.
I just
My name is Miss Cleo. No, but for real, it's the honest to God truth. The only way that you're gonna earn or demand people's respect is you have to take it.
mm-hmm.
They're not gonna respect you. They're not gonna respect you. They're not gonna care about your feelings. And you know what? You shouldn't care about their feelings either. Fuck them. Okay.
You know, and I'm actually a very shy person when you first meet me, but like you you choose who you want to be your true self to.
And that's it. Everybody's not privy to you. That's
Mm-mm.
the point. Like you can pick and choose who actually gets to know who you are. You don't have to let
Facts.
everybody in your space. They have to earn that right to be in your space. And if they fuck up, they gotta be cast out. You have to set boundaries and you have to
Mm-hmm.
protect yourself. Because everybody
Just
that's in your space, right? Everybody that's in your space not gonna stay there forever. They meant to come to teach you something or to give you something, and then they leave.
yep. They make an impact on your life for they do something in your life for a reason.
Yep. All you have to do is just live. And you'll learn how to weed them out. Because everybody always wants something. Now, some people just enjoy being around you. You'll be able to tell by how people treat you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody's in your face and they're talking about you, they're calling you names, they're disrespecting you, they're not your friend.
No.
They're not your friend. And if they do it behind your back, they're even worse. Mm-mm.
Exactly. And
Be
don't waste time with people who don't want if don't bend over backwards for people who wouldn't do anything this for you. That's the only actual sane piece of advice I can give you, and I think that's what the cards are trying to say. It's pretty much the ball's in your court. What you want to do. I think innerly something's trying to tell you that you need to take better care of yourself, which is the number one thing. You need to take care of yourself or you won't be around to do anything. And
right.
you also need to look out for yourself. You don't have to. I know humans by nature, we're pack animals. We don't like being lonely. We need people to be around. But you need to set the boundaries and you choose who you want in your life around you.
Right. But you have to be you just have to learn how to weed the right people out. That's
Mm-hmm.
all. But you'll learn that with time. You're very young. And I wouldn't be
Yes.
worried too much about any of that kind of stuff. The only thing I would worry about is enjoying myself. So if you feel like right now your quality of life is not okay with you, then you're gonna have to start making changes so that it benefits you and not the people around you. You get what I'm saying? So instead of eating at Burger King tonight, maybe we go and get a salad. You know,
Mm-hmm.
instead of getting up and eating a bowl of cereal in the morning, most people will say that this isn't true, but it's better to eat 2 eggs and 2 pieces of bacon than eating a whole bowl of cereal in the morning.
Yep. Or just cut out sugary drinks and just drink
Drink
water.
water. And I swear to God, if you just stop drinking iced tea, pop, juice, Kool-Aid, you could probably shave off about 10 pounds right now. I swear
Mm-hmm.
when I did it with AJ, because he was getting ready to go back in the military, and I hate him for this. But he was getting ready to go back in, and he was trying to lose the weight fast. So I was like, okay, no Kool-Aid, no juice, no pop, no none of that. You drink straight water. Dry ate nothing but salad, nothing but chicken. He didn't have no red meat. He had fish, and that was it. It was all vegetables, protein, and water. And that man dropped, what was that, like 50 pounds in 2 weeks?
No, it was 25.
It was 25. He dropped 25 pounds in 2 weeks. And then he went in and passed the physical for everything. But he had dropped the weight so quickly, it was within days. He started losing the weight immediately. So you're a man, you're a boy. I'm gonna be honest with you because you're younger than me. You're a little boy. It ain't gonna take you but a couple of weeks to start dropping weight. I'm telling Dad's call him back, AJ. Call you,
Okay.
so So Nika
No.
said,
All right, Nika, I got for you strength.
okay.
When strength appears in a reading, you are exhibiting moral courage and fortitude. You have learned to work with your own instinctive nature, to listen to it and hear its whispering. As in tales of the hero's journey, the seeker often meets with animals representative of the instinctive realm who guide and help you on your way. You have come through difficulties and learned to rely on inner strength to solve your problems. This is a time when faith in yourself will pay off. Your position is strong because you have made yourself strong through suffering, trials, and tribulations without being defeated. It is time to let people around you know who you are, especially anyone who has been dominating you. The indication that the feminine principle does the work of reconciling the mental rational facility with the why can't they just write this shit in English? What the fuck? The feminine is always in closer touch with nature than the masculine. We do not conquer our animal natures by brute force, but by gentleness and feeling our way into rapport with instinctive side. Depending on the placement of the card in the spread and question asked, strength indicates that what is required for spiritual strength to replace or overcome physical strength. You have come through several trials and triumphed. You have found your deep inner strength, and it will see you through whatever comes your way. You are firmly connected to the instinctual world, able to make friends with it and control it. Your positive connection to your animal self will protect and carry you. Your inner drives are in harmony with your outer needs, and your instinctive nature supports all of what you do or hope to do. At this time, logical analysis,
Right.
if it is in conflict with your intuition, is not as important as what you feel to be right now for you.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like
basically what this is saying is that you a bad bitch.
yeah. Well, it says you draw on your inner strength when you need to, and you use that to be able to get yourself through hard times, which is what it's basically telling you to continue doing. So whatever is coming your way is telling you prepare yourself for it, but you will get through it because you already have the strength to do it, and because you've already done it.
Or if you're going through something right now, this is indication that you will get through it and you'll be stronger when you come out the end.
Well, Nika, does that help?
I'm kind of happy that no cards have been repeating tonight.
Wow. Oh, we got one more. I'm going to wait for you to respond, and we got one more.
And again, guys, this is just for fun. I'm not trying to like have a spiritual awakening or anything like that. So it's just for fun.
Too late.
At least I'm not asking for money, man. Like, I'll be honest, I've been reading from this and like going as I go along. There's people like going on like Instagram, like wanting $10 for like to do what I'm doing. And I'm like, this is bullshit.
Oh, they do it on TikTok all the time.
Yeah. I mean, they'll go in like full detail, but like they'll be like, here's one card, now pay me $25. Yes, it helps. Awesome. So if you are going through some shit right now, you are strong, and you will not only are you physically strong from what it's saying, mentally you're strong, and you'll come out on the other side even stronger and even better of a bitch.
Rico said, can you get another reading? One that doesn't read me to filth.
After, I think there's one person ahead of you.
We got Aaron, he's up first.
Look, I can't help it that my cards read the shit out of you. Okay, so... Okay, July 4th, 2005. Do you have a question or you just want a draw? What's he saying?
He said stop reading the cards because everybody's under the age of 20. Because he's jealous because he's old.
Big brother, don't make me do you.
I'll tell. I will stand. He said,
just Okay. Let me shuffle this up good. Rico over here denying my card reading abilities. Ain't my fault that you trash. Alright. Alright. You got the Fool. That doesn't necessarily mean bad, even though people think about it. Okay. And yes, it's Billy Joe Armstrong. All right. The Fool is a fascinating figure, yet he is an ambiguous symbol. Related to the Joker of the ordinary playing deck, which is often used as a wild card, he seems beyond ordinary cares and concerns. Okay. Let's see here. Ordinarily, the Fool is shown as a person full of confidence, often the confidence of youth and trust in the universe. He symbolizes that blind leap of faith that we all must take upon entering the journey of life itself. When the Fool appears in a reading, it symbolizes embarking on a new way of life. This may involve a physical journey, moving to a new place, starting a new job, or getting married or divorced. Often the appearance of the Fool indicates a person who is beginning a spiritual path who has absolute faith in the universe. In such a case, the person has no fear and feels that everything will turn out well. The person may be in touch with the intuitive realm, or he or she may simply be naive about the future. The Fool represents a state of openness and faith that will be supported in their adventure. At this time, you are out of sync with the rest of the world, but in a positive way. You may want to go out on your own, full speed ahead, and damn the torpedoes, or you may feel isolated from a group, a loner. Your experience of the current situation is different from those around you. You feel as if you're marching to a different drummer, and you probably are. Listen to that drummer, and for this is the best beat of your authentic self trying to get your attention.
Let's tell you, just be you and keep on pushing, bro.
Has there been like a major change in your life, like a new job? Have you moved? Have you been laid off due to COVID? Anything going on like that?
Being born in 2005, how old is
Oh God, you're all fucking children in my child.
I'm gonna do the calculations because I don't have time. Okay, I don't have time because Jared trying to do it in his head and it ain't working.
Because I did this. I got this card once from a friend of mine, and he had just gotten a divorce or he had just left his wife. So is there anything seriously going on, like something new? Because like I know, like you're 16. Like, are you trying to adjust to shit? I mean, it's sort of new things.
Sort of new things with my relationship, but I don't know. I'm trying not to let it bring me down. Aaron, I don't mean to pry, but you're gonna have to give us a little bit more than that.
Dun dun dun, ladies and gentlemen, the Lovers.
Damn, you been in a relationship and she pulled the Lovers card.
Why did they have to have Sid and Nancy on here of all fucking people? All right, let's see here.
What's going on in your relationship that's causing her to pull the first card she pulled? Because the first card is telling you to continue to be yourself, which leads me to believe that you have somehow feel out of sync in your relationship with this person.
Hang on. All right. Although the reader interprets this card as representing romantic love, is an allegory, a statement about a union of opposites, whether between two people or within ourselves. The Lovers refers to discrimination in making choices. The male and female figures are symbols of not only human love, but also the dual nature within ourselves. We all have opposing traits and inner workings that need to be reconciled. Fucking speak English, book. Partners often experience conflict that requires making choices. When the Lover's card appears, it points out to the need to heal a rift. Although it can herald a romantic involvement, it also often turns up when a critical life decision must be made, sometimes in connection to a love relationship. This card suggests that you are at a crossroads. You have considered all ramifications of the situation and choose carefully to further your own development and to accommodate the needs of others in the situation. This is a card of cooperation, of working together with others to accomplish joint purposes. It stands for attraction of any kind, not only of the romantic variety, but for any venture requiring harmony, union, and cooperation. A choice between two factors of equal worth may be required, but the choice you make will be the right one. Two or more forces or people may have come together in your life in pursuit of a common goal. This may be a temporary junction for some purpose, or it might be a long-term relationship.
She just read your ass the whole time. She just told you exactly what you said. You said you're at a crossroads and you feel like the love is almost gone, but you're not sure, but you know it feels off. And she just said all that in all the words. She just said it. That's why she ain't gonna be in my business. In my business. We don't know the extent of what's going on in your relationship, but I can tell you this. If it's something that you don't want to do, or you feel like this person is trying to leave, let them go.
Love, you were 16 years old.
Period.
You still got like a whole life to live. And I know everybody wants that high school sweetheart or young love. But you know what? I think because the lovers said it's part of communication. You two need to sit down and talk to each other. This just brought the fuck out of me. You two need to sit down and actually have a conversation and express how you each other feel about it. Because for what you may not know, they may be feeling the same way you do, but they're too nervous to say anything to you. So what you need to do is sit down and have a conversation and be open with each other, and to either be like, okay, this is something we can work out, or again, you're 16, you guys can split up, come back again at a later time and try it. I mean,
with splitting up amicably and just being friends.
And again, you're 16.
To end on some bullshit.
You guys can remain friends if you still want to have some sort of relationship with each other. Romantically, maybe not the best way, but maybe more of a friendship is what you guys are leaning into.
You gotta figure out what you want for yourself. It's not a relationship because you're 16. I will say this to all of y'all that's under the age of 21. I don't think you should be in any type of relationship at that age. You're not mentally prepared to be in a relationship with someone at that age. I know that being boyfriend and girlfriend is cool and fun, but when you get cheated on and you have issues in a relationship, that is you trying to deal with adult problems, and that's too much. You need to be as casual as possible. I say go out on many dates with many people. I don't know about y'all, but that don't make you a hoe. Okay, you go out on dates and you have a good time with multiple people. That's not you being a hoe. That's you finding your way through. You ain't gonna be able to just be compatible with one person right off the top. It feel real good at the beginning, but after a while, after a couple of days, you get to understand if you really compatible with this person or y'all just cool. If y'all just cool, then casual dating is what it is. It's casual dating. That's why you do it.
You're 16. You're in high school. You don't need anything serious right now, okay?
This too much. When I was 16, shit, I was sitting up trying to figure out how to make this cake for a whole back. I was not worried about no
So the best thing to do is just have a conversation with this person and just go from there. Because as I said, this is about a card about communication. In any relationship, whether it's platonic, romantic, work, anything, if there's no communication, it's destined to fail either way. Okay, you want to get another reading that doesn't read the fuck out of you? I'm pretty sure if I've read the fuck out of everybody. All right, hang on. Where'd Tiff go? I'm going to wait till she comes back. All right, I'll get you your card. Hang on.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. Frederico wants another reading because apparently I read his ass to filth. Honey, that's not me reading you to filth. That's the fucking universe.
All right then.
Oh,
It say
Okay.
okay period tip, because I tell all my friends to stop expecting marriage. I give them the skippity pats and say that's advantageous.
So, you got two. So I was shuffling my deck, and two cards came out. And if two cards come out in a deck, you read them. Well, you got the Lovers, but you also got the Tower.
Well, what's that mean?
Well, we all know
Ow,
about
God
the
damn it, what the
what?
Drea kicked me. He keeps kicking me.
Why is he kicking you?
Jesus.
Uh,
Jamarius, I didn't get to see Dark Side of the Ring yet with Ric Flair and the Plane Ride from Hell. I haven't watched it yet. I've been on live with Alexis and we've been doing the tarot card stuff. So I haven't seen it yet. But I
okay.
will
Well,
watch it.
so we all know about this because I just explained it.
Yeah, the lover's card.
Okay. So who the fuck's the Tower on here? Oh, Johnny Rotten. Fuck this guy. All right. The Tower. The Tower usually depicts a stone tower for. Okay. Well, as you can see, there's a tower behind Johnny Rotten. The tower is in the process of falling down or being destroyed, most often by lightning or fire. Like the Death card and the Devil, the Tower tends to alarm anyone in whose reading it appears, but the Tower does not necessarily represent ruin and devastation. Although its appearance usually does herald swift and dramatic change, sometimes extremely upsetting change. The court has usually brought the situation on themselves by ignoring or denying that something needs restructuring or deconstructing. Most likely, they are already well aware of a pressing need to make changes but refuses to take an action. Then along comes a crisis, such as losing a job, getting a divorce, an accident, or financial setback that forces the person to face reality. This card signifies the crumbling of an old, outworn structure. Rico, didn't you just get dumped by somebody?
Mm-hmm. But I think this applies more to his family and his
Uh,
mother's hold over him.
Deal begins, crumbling of an old, outworn structure. Begin to deal seriously with your life collapsing all around you instead, like the Roman Emperor Nero, fiddling while your house burns. You may have to end an unsatisfactory relationship, quit a stifling job, cast off false values, shuck social conventions
Yeah.
that limit your progress, or conserve money and live more simply. This nearly always knows that they are imprisoned by a self-created fortress, whether for protection, safety, or from fear of facing the unknown. Destroy the old structures before they destroy you, so you can become free. In the wake of chaos, a new order will grow. You can pick and choose among the rubble.
He said, damn, just out the gate. Didn't you just get dumped?
I didn't say it like that.
Didn't mean it like that.
Okay, in the wake of chaos, a new order will grow. You can pick and choose among the rubble to decide what is worth saving and from what. Rebuild your life in accordance to who you truly are. Whatever disrupted or adversary, the tower heralds for it's the best. The tower represents overthrowing false ideas and old pattern habits. In this case, it is not a negative card, but a positive one. There may be some kind of loss, personal or financial, but the catastrophic event could have been foreseen if you were been aware and willing to face facts. What is destroyed in conjunction with this card has served its purpose and needs to go. Does that add up to anything what these two are saying? Just like I'm just going to sit here and drink some water. What is that, a hammer? Nail on the head.
That's a lot. I will say,
All right,
I've
so
spoken to Rico about his issues before, especially with his mom. And when you have somebody in your life that's like a master manipulator, you have to shut them down. The only way to shut them down is to not react or respond to how they treat you. I mean, you need to be completely immune to all of them daggers that they're going to throw, because they will do it. It's their way of trying to break you down to get them to get you to do what they want you to do. The reality is, it doesn't matter how many tears they cry or how many times she wants you to do something. You need to do what's best for Rico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
parents decided to move to Idaho and gave me a month and a half to move out. So yeah, tower's been up in flames.
so you have a chance to rebuild you are having fractured relationships with people that you deeply care about, but if the structure has fallen, now is your time to rebuild it better in the way you want to build it. It's on
Sometimes they
your
ain't got to be a part of that rebuild if you want to be real.
All right, so just to be fair, I'm going to do a card on myself, so Tiff y'all don't think I'm
While she doing
but,
that, I'll help Nika. She said, I've been
okay.
having father's issues all my life and I don't know how to deal with it. To be real with you, Nika, the best way to understand how your father is to just first, you have to look at him as a human being. That's the first thing. And then he's your father. And then it'll be easier to understand how he can fuck up and make mistakes. Um, at the end of the day, he is who he is. The more you accept who he is, the better off you'll be. One thing about learning how a parent is that you'll understand better how to deal with them. And you're an adult, or you're semi close to being an adult, you can decide the type of relationship you have with your father. It doesn't have to be on his terms because he's your father. The relationship you want to have with him is all on you. So if you want to deal with him in any way, shape, or form, you can. If you want to cut him out because you feel like he's toxic, you can do that as well. What you have to stop doing is internalizing your pain and your heartache from your father and making it be like, well, it had to be something wrong with me for him to treat me this way. That is not the case. Generally, it is the parent. But instead of trying to punish them or to fight with them and to get them to see that you're hurt and you're angry, you've already given them that information. They know that already. It is on them to deal with that in their way. Leave it where you left it. If you ain't had that conversation with your daddy yet, you tell him, you hurt me. I'm upset with you because you hurt me, but I forgive you. And I'm going to leave it there. If you want to have a relationship with me, you're going to have to come to me. And then you go about your business. Because your father is not the end all be all of you. You're the one who makes sure your life goes on. You're the one who is going to start your own family and move forward. So he does not dictate how you move or where you are. He doesn't control you. You're going to have to cut the strings.
Nika, I think my cards just read you again.
There she go.
So don't get freaked out, okay? But here's the first one you got. Don't freak out. It's the devil.
What is that? Oh, it's a devil card.
So hold on. Before you start freaking out. So superficially, the devil appears to be one of the more alarming cards of the major arcana. However, he does not represent satanic forces with evil intent. He is the horned god of pagan times, connected with fertility rites, banned by the church, blah, 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 blah. Okay, get to the point. When the devil shows up in a reading, he is telling you to reevaluate your relationship with maternal things which are keeping you chained. It is time to look at whatever is limiting your personal growth, especially abusive, obsessive, or harmful relationships. Confront your fears about financial security and social and maternal success. You need to recognize and acknowledge things you don't like about yourself, personality, body, behavior, or temperament. It's time to let go of old fears, hang-ups, inhibitions, and way you manipulate others to satisfy your needs instead of taking responsibility for yourself. Does that sound about right?
Told you.
Often there is a sexual component involved that may be harmful to your whole life, or there could be a non-sexual relationship that binds you and must end before you can grow further.
Telling you.
Now, because I didn't do this, it fell in reverse because every one of my other cards have been straight up. You feel trapped in a situation over which you feel you have no control, but close examination will reveal that your own attitudes and beliefs are causing the problem. Examine your beliefs to learn how they are restricting you. Be careful of any quick fix to your problems, which are structural and not superficial. If you are planning to do the hard work, both on the inner and outer planes, you can achieve success.
Told you. I just told you. I ain't even get the cards. I told you. Number one, you can't be looking for no daddy and no partner. That never works, darling. Okay? Make sure when you find a man that he's equally yoked to you. But you got to be whole first before you do that. So the first thing I want you to do is stop giving yourself so willingly to these nothing ass niggas because they haven't earned the right to be with you. That's the first thing. Second, you need to start working on yourself and try to understand why you keep trying to attract these type of dudes. Number one, and then fix what's broken. What you can do, whether it be through therapy or self-help and self-discovery, all of that can be done, but you do have to put in the work, like she said.
And
it's not going to be done over time. It's not going to be done right way. It's going to take time, but you will get through it.
So there was also one more card that fell out. Death. The death card tends to frighten people, but despite its grim depiction, it symbolizes transformative powers. Many decks picture, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The death card is in a reading rarely foreshadows a physical death. Rather, it means the end or death of a cycle. Whenever a stage in life ends, there is need for mourning. Trying desperately to hold on what is clearly over causes trouble. Employing cosmetic means to stave off the approach of age, for instance, is a useless effort to avoid the inevitable. The ultimate message of the death card is that the promise that a new life follows after disintegration. Contrary to the grim illustration, the death card indicates a transformation for the better. It does not portend actual physical death. Usually the person is experiencing a metamorphosis of some sort. Patterns you once found workable are no longer effective. The old ways must be destroyed to make room for the new that is coming into being.
Well, you got to put in the work, sis. My dad been impregnating these young girls who are 17 and up. They're they 20s, and it hurts because I've been knowing all my life. That is you internalizing your father's fuckery. Absolutely not.
I think what these two cards are trying to tell you is that you do not need to waste your time and your energy on your dad. Like that is something beyond your control. If he wants to still act like a fuck boy at his age and he's doing all this, he will get his.
Let him do what he's doing.
This is symbolizing that it's time to end this relationship with your father. That's what I believe this is trying to tell you. You don't have to cut him off right away, but this is like any relationship that is negative to you anymore and needs to end. This is what's telling you. Basically, the toxicity needs to get thrown out.
You can't go through life worrying about what your father doing.
If everybody did that, we all...
Whatever he doing, that's on your daddy. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Now, your siblings that come from that, those are the only people you need to be concerned with. Them being old enough to be his kid, you know what? That's a problem on your father and the girl who messing with him. Because she got daddy issues too. Because there's no reason for no girl, first of all, if he in his 40s having sex with a 17-year-old, that's rape. Okay? And he gonna be in jail. Now, I ain't telling you to do nothing.
Bruh.
But if it was me, I'd report his ass. That's just...
Look what just came up when you said that.
What is that?
justice.
Well, let's get my hands clean.
So this just at this point, it's just telling you that you don't need to worry about your dad anymore. It's time to worry about you. And if you feel like you do not want to have a relationship with your dad or any of these step siblings, that's completely up to you. Because it's saying that something negative in your life it's time for it to disintegrate and to go away so you can start anew.
You gotta let that go. What can you do and how can you control how and who your father dates? How can you control that? You can't. You won't be able to pick a woman who's your father's age for him. And he can, as long as the woman is of legal age, he can sleep with whoever he wants to sleep with. That is his business and his cross to bear. That is not yours. You are taking on the sins of your father when that is not your need. You don't need to do that. You need to be worried about Nika.
So the justice card, because it was reversed, justice in reverse indicates delays in legal matters or unfairness in a situation. If you are a person in power, you may be unduly served in meting out punishment. Or if you are in a powerless position, you may be festering with resentment over being treated unfairly. Your equilibrium is out of whack, and you may swing from one extreme to another. The antidote is to balance out your own life and become less dependent upon outside influences.
You guys to let it go. You ain't gonna never get no peace if you don't let it go. I can tell you this though. Your father don't have to be married to be a person of substance in this society. That is a false narrative that is put on a lot of people, and everybody thinks that they somehow have to be married to be happy. That is not the case. However, I feel like if you're going to be with somebody long term, marriage should be something you should consider. But everybody has their own relationships and structures the way that they want to. What you need to be concerned with, Nika, is how you want to live your life. You're very young and you have time to make that decision. I would not be concerned with what an old head has to do in order for him to change his life around, because you ain't got time for all of that. Because while you sitting up here worried about your daddy, the world is passing by you. And you're missing out on where your life could be headed or what you could be doing. You want to wrestle, you can sew, you want to make your own gear, you want to have fun, and you want to have a family and a life. And you can't do that if you're still stuck in this gear. You're going to have to move at some point and leave his ass where you found him. But I figured out what your problem is. I know what it is. He's giving all these other younger girls attention, and you upset because he don't give you no attention at all. You don't want the same attention that these girls are getting, but you want something. You want your father to be there for you in some kind of way. Hey,
is he kicking you again?
No, stupid butt over there laughing at something on his phone.
Oh.
You gotta understand that your self-esteem, your love for yourself, that don't always come from your father. And in this case for you, unfortunately, it's not going to come from him. It has to come from within you. You have to love yourself. You have to instill values in yourself. And if you got a support system, lean on the support system. Don't worry about people who you can't stand on, because they're not of any consequence to you at this point. And at this point, yes, he's your father. Without him, you would not be here. But that's the only thing that he get from you, is making sure you were created. Anything else is outside of his realm, because he didn't do nothing. So whatever he doing with these other bitches, let him have them. Because he ain't shit. He ain't gonna give him no more than he give you. Because he can't. He don't have the capacity to love past himself. So there's no reason to be jealous of those other girls. There's no reason to even care about what they doing, because they're not getting anything more than you do. With the way he moved through women, I guarantee you they begging for the same attention that you're begging for. And you're not going to get it, because he don't have the capacity to give it to you. So just let him go. Just let him go.
Why do I feel like I'm playing a game of Yu-Gi-Oh?
What's that? Oh, she said feel like it's playing a game of Yu-Gi-Oh. To quote the YouTube women, Wu Chile. Yeah, I honestly got to hear more about myself because, wow. This is a great live as moving forward from many things from the past. Making amends is something I'm working on right now, but it's definitely, well, yeah.
Work in progress.
Essentially, your dad ain't
Yeah, it
shit,
ain't
ain't never
shit.
been shit, and will never be
Never
shit.
be shit.
So leave him, kick him to kids to kick rocks and shine on your own. He just
Exactly.
he don't have the capacity to do what you need him to do, baby. He can't. He didn't get it himself. How he gonna give you something that he don't have? One thing
Exactly.
about human beings can make another life, but they don't. Not all of them know how to nurture.
Just because
And
just because he ejaculated into your mother doesn't automatically make him a father.
no, he's what he is, which is he's just a part of your creation.
Exactly. He was the sperm donor. He was the sperm donor to someone that's going to be great.
And he a sperm donor to a lot of people, from what you say. But that don't mean that doesn't mean anything. It just means he's spreading his seed all over the place, and he's not going to be able to take care of all of them. All of those kids are not going to be able to have any love and affection from you. They just won't.
For once,
But
my
then
deck did not
if those
read.
your siblings, I would suggest you be close to your siblings. Don't be mad at those girls, because them girls don't know no better. They don't know no more than you do, and they looking for the same love and affection that you're looking from your father, and they trying to get it from him, and they ain't gonna get it. You feel what I'm saying? So don't internalize the pain of your father like that. What he does don't have no bearing on you. The only thing you could be concerned with is your siblings. If you want to have a relationship with your siblings, I suggest that you do. Because there ain't nothing like family.
And for once, my tarot card did not read the shit out of me. I'm actually pretty happy with this one.
Okay.
All right, so this is the, you know how to pronounce that?
Oh, the Hierophant?
The Hierophant. That's what I figure. Okay, so Hierophant is a figure with authority and power like the Emperor, but this power is of a spiritual nature. Okay. Seen as a teacher of sacred mysteries, responsible for making spiritual decisions for others and blessing them. Okay, suggests that the person has chosen a religion or philosophy by which to guide his or her life. Sometimes the card indicates distingling yourself from such an association. Symbolizes an organized institution, be it religious, philosophical, educational, spiritual, or temporal, that exerts authority over its followers or participants, a kind of mind control. Such groups often insist that their way of life is the only way, that theirs is the ultimate truth. When the Hierophant appears, a choice is being presented. At this stage of your spiritual development, you are challenged to remain a follower or to break out and find your own individual truth. The Hierophant asks, will you continue to depend on an outside authority, or will you learn to think for yourself? The answer for yours alone, but what you decide will affect the rest of your life. And then it says, an authority is active in your life, whether it's a religion, a philosophy, a social organization, or other group. You feel a great deal of loyalty to this tradition or group and choose to live in accordance with beliefs that you share with. You may inspire to become a leader, or you may have a close relationship with a leader. There are also judgmental quality involved. Sometimes this card can suggest challenges or limitations of a spiritual nature. For once, this did not read the fuck out of me. About goddamn time. I can't speak for my other tarot card, but this one's like for the first time it hasn't fucking read the shit out of me.
Hello, Lucas. Or Lucas, is that how I say your name? Hello. Good night.
No, I think I'm actually getting kind of tired, and I don't want to read too many cards because then it starts getting muddled. I'm so happy you didn't read the shit out of me. Thank you.
Well, whatever you got what you got. Most of the time, you don't need much.
I love how it
And
says
I
no.
think you need to work on what you're working on right now.
Mm.
You need to get your relationship stuff together. If that's weighing heavy on your heart, like them cards said, you need to fix that. Okay?
I am the worst witch ever. Well, yeah, this is my two personalities. You got the punk rock tarot cards, and then you got the golden girl tarot cards.
Hell no.
You sure you don't want me to do you, Tiff? It might be actually
No.
something good.
I guess.
All right. Last one.
Last time she did me, I didn't talk to her until the next day.
You were so, but it wasn't anything bad though. You were just freaked out because it hit you. It was like, no, I did Tiff a reading, and I did her and AJ one, and I don't talk to AJ a lot. I talk to her on a daily basis, and it was pretty much nail on the head because like didn't AJ like just apply for a new job and that like a card came up saying you're reaching for new financial goals or something like that. She never told me that. And then I pulled something for her, and this was shit that she hadn't even told me. And she's just like, "Now I'm about to nail your ass to a stake and light you on fire." Yeah, you get to pick. Do you want to use the ones that I've been using, or do you want the Golden Girls Tarot? It's
I
up
like
to
the
you.
Golden Girl card.
All right, we'll do that.
Give me a B. Arthur card.
All right. Thank you, Tarot. All right. And again, guys, this is just for fun, so please, but honestly, just listen to it, maybe get some advice. Tiff's a freaking walking deck of tarot cards. All right.
Sure, I love the beach. It's awesome.
Hang on.
Tiff left the last reading like the power of Christ compelled.
She did not talk to me till like the next morning, and it wasn't until like a couple. But this was, I didn't know that shit. You didn't tell me anything. And then you're sitting there like, what the fuck?
I was like, you in my business? Don't do that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be in your business. It fucking happens, man. Look,
Have
when
you ever eaten Brazilian food? I have not. I've always wanted to though, but I haven't. I mean, we had Americanized Brazilian food, but
it's not the same.
It's not the same. Like I want to try Brazilian food.
I read when my ex-roommate moved in, he's like, "Hey, can you read my tarot card?" So I did, and read the absolute shit out of him. He didn't talk to me for 2 days. I'm like, well, here comes the torches and pitchforks. All right, hang on just a second. I love how the building for the tower is Shady Pines on fire.
Oh, great.
You didn't get the tower. I'm just trying to flip it around real quick. All right. Yeah, come on, thank you. I love these cards. I got to start using them more. All right. Tiff, you got a question, or do you just want a general read?
You can just do the read. It's fine.
All right. Thank you for being a shit smacked.
Is that Central American, not South American? True that. True that.
Now, once you have actual Brazilian, when you actually have like an actual Brazilian making you Brazilian food, you can taste the fake version of it.
Yeah. I am going to make those recipes that Rico sent me, though. But I have to go to the Mercado Dave's to go get that stuff because they don't have that in the regular store.
Tiff, you called it. You got B. Arthur. All right, you got the world. You got the whole world in your hand. I miss Bray Wyatt. All right. All right, hang on. Let me find it. All right, y'all ready to see if Tiff gets read to shit?
Y'all petty.
I can't see what they're saying, so I can only suggest what they're saying.
They haven't said anything yet. Rico's the only one who commented for now.
All right, the world. All right. Do.
One of the recipes you sent me didn't load, Rico, in the chat. So,
all right, this is the last card of the Major Arcana. It represents balance and support by unseen forces and symbolizes the end of a spiritual journey begun with the Fool. To embark upon the spiritual journey is to invite unseen forces to interact with us. These creative energies manifest in many ways and often serve as guides. You're entering a place of great powers and sometimes great secrets, the realm of the sacred. To interface with this world is to be impacted in a way that is life-changing. Here you connect with supreme power, not the power of material world, but of the invisible forces that supports and nourishes our world and our lives. When the world card appears in a reading, it is a signal that you have been guided to a successful conclusion of your spiritual journey. At this, the final stage, you will receive what is rightfully yours because you have earned it. You feel whole, complete, refreshed from your long journey, and ready to start anew at a higher level. Success in all endeavors is assured. Everything is available to you, and all is right with the world. Whatever you do now will prosper. A career change, a move to another place, a new relationship, recognition, awards, acclaim. This is the end of an old cycle and the beginning of a new. You have mastered the complexities of your inner nature and feel supported by your inner resources. This is a time of supreme self-confidence and victory. You have put your trust where it belongs in a higher power, and you will reap the rewards. Many possibilities and opportunities are available to you, and you are free to choose what pleases you. A little too close to home again?
yeah. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
are you okay?
Yeah. I just went to the doctor today. The doctor told me I was fine, but I need to get my weight under control. So I told her that I was going to go to the doctor. I was going to go to the bariatric doctor and get that started. And I was just talking to my mom, and I told her that I wanted a better quality of life for me and for AJ. And I was like, I feel like if I do this, then things will get better between us. Not necessarily between me and Gerard, but just period. I'll be able to move better, to go around better, and to just be able to get out more. So, yeah, it just seems like if I go down this road, this is where I'm supposed to be. Well, now I have to do it because
the card just called your ass out.
If I don't do it, I'm definitely not gonna get what I want. So that definitely.
So I just pulled another card for you. The Eight of Wands. This is a card of movement, action, and excitement. Things happen rapidly and success is assured. Follow through on what you've already put into motion and start planning new goals. You have shot your arrows into the air and they are speeding toward the target. Now it's time for action, for initiating the next phase of your enterprise. This may involve air travel or other movement. It's exciting and hopeful period when you're likely to be extremely busy. Positive things are rapidly unfolding. Establish the role you want to play and let go of those that no longer suit you.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say to that. I don't know.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to make you cry.
I usually I'm pretty happy with where I am because I know that what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to do. But I know that I could be doing more. And the only way that I can do that is physically I have to improve myself. So when I went to the doctor today, blood pressure was fine. I have to get my blood work done so she can check that. Hopefully that'll be fine. And she was just like, we just need to get your weight under control. And I was like, I'm fine with doing the surgery. I just need the referral. She gave me the referral. I'm gonna go see the doctor in October. And that's just where it's been. And I feel like if I do that, then everything will start to open up for me. And then there were some things that I wanted to do, especially like around my birthday, that I really wanted to do. And I was just like, I'm not going to be able to do this. And then I talked to Jared, and Jared, he took care of everything. He's the one who makes sure that I can go to the queue so I can go see wrestling on my birthday. He takes care of everything. So for once, if I do this, I can at least give something back to him. So this is what I'm going to do. And I just reassured it.
Girl. Got the Queen of Pentacles.
Okay,
The
what
queen-
does that mean?
The Queen represents a generous woman who is also an excellent manager in practical and financial areas. She may be a sensual woman who is at home in her body and enjoys her creature comforts. As an advisor, she favors the current or will be at least fair. She is pragmatic, realistic, and wants to see that the money she distributes produces tangible results.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
See, honestly, when Tiff said she went to the doctor, I thought she was going to say she was pregnant. Oh my God. Where's Dawn? Where's Dawn and Maj?
Maj out.
See, and dude, I kept pulling cards, and everything, like you were talking and telling them, and like every single one of them was just something positive. So positive things are coming your way, girl, and honestly, you fucking deserve them.
Oh, thanks.
So I'm gonna do AJ real quick. What's his date of birth?
February 20th.
February
The same year I was.
February 20th. We're all old. All right, here we go.
I am not pregnant. Do not wish that on me, Aaron. How dare you? I'm pregnant.
Don't bring that into existence. We got wrestling to go
I'm gonna
to.
have a child eventually. I mean, I'm 35 and I know my biological clock is ticking, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'd rather adopt a kid than to have one.
Did not see that coming. Hang on. Shit. Right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Can you put this in that garbage bag? I think it was a trash tomorrow. Here.
Okay.
It's not a parasite. It's not a parasite.
It's not a tumor.
That's wrong.
Okay, so AJ got the Two of Swords. This card represents a situation in which it appears impossible to move forward. Because you can't figure out with logic or intellect how to proceed, you must rely on blind faith that the universe will handle things. This card indicates stasis. You may be maintaining the situation by putting up a facade and ignoring the underlying tension that exists. This is an uncomfortable position to be in, but you are not ready to do anything about it yet. You need to speak up and communicate clearly. Eventually, however, change must take place. You have choices. Remove the blindfold and look honestly into the situation.
That was yours. Yeah, you do that all the time. So they do. So, that's his go-to reaction to pretty much everything. Said I called myself a tumor baby in front of my mother once.
You shit. Just
Why
because
would
you were
you do that?
because he was a C-section, they said the same thing about Harley when she was born.
That's disrespectful. I was a C-section. I will never refer to myself as that. I am a blessing.
I
I
called
will
her a
never
little
be a tumor.
I called her a little stomach burster.
You have no idea what she's talking about? You don't know if you were a natural birth or a C-section? Your mother didn't tell you? By the shape of your head? I'm assuming you were natural. I'm not even trying to hit. I'm just saying. Slender, so she had to squeeze you out. You know I love you. I do. I really do. My dad used to go around saying you could take her for free. Oh, that's fucked up. That is terrible.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely have a C-section. The epidural. I think everybody had an epidural.
That depends on it. Harley was almost a natural birth because, yeah.
A strong woman to give birth naturally. What the heck?
Hey, I had a friend of mine. She got to the hospital too late for to do an epidural, and she had to push a 10-pound baby out of her vagina.
Hell no! Give me the drugs, man. I want the drugs. Give me the smack. I need a smack her.
Don't do what my sister-in-law did. So listen to kids, if you ever have a kid later on in life, and I mean like when you're in your late 20s, don't piss off the anesthesiologist because they will be your best friend and they will also be your worst enemy. Because my sister-in-law was a total bitch to the anesthesiologist to the point where when she needed it the most and started screaming for it, they couldn't find her, and that was because she was out back, no walkie-talkie, smoking a cigarette.
Oh shit!
That's how bad they pissed her off.
Rico said the funny thing is about my birth is that I was supposed to be born the day before, but my mother said, I got things to do, and then her water broke at 2 a.m. What? What the hell? That's a mess. I can't. Nah, because my mom was about to go natural, but I started labor 27 hours earlier than my birth. 27.
Jesus. Y'all better be loving on your moms for putting her through like 27 fucking hours of labor.
Goodness me.
Jesus, mine
I
was
told
like
that story to my friend's mom, and she said, "Oh, she's always prioritized other things over you." I mean,
wow.
I mean, it's a baby
Wow.
coming out your vagina. Like I would think it behoove you to go sit down somewhere.
Or hover.
I mean, I got shit to do. You just don't have to wait. You don't have to wait.
Jesus.
What did you do? Like squeeze her coochie together? How did she keep you from coming out? I'm so confused. What?
Okay, when you go into labor, the baby doesn't automatically start coming out. It's just like when the water
You dilate, right?
you dilate over time. It's not like you go from like 0 to 10.
She just dilating and
Rico is ready to come out. I'm out of here.
Rico didn't come till 2:00 in the morning. He wasn't delivered properly. Had his mother went to the hospital. See, that's some bullshit. I wish my mother would. I'd have skippity passed her ass. What? I could have been born a day early? Who?
Harley was supposed to be born on the 31st, but she was like, nah, I'm ready to come out on the 27th. Let's go.
My mama had me natural. Oh, that's a strong lady right there.
We give a silent prayer to your mother's vagina.
Jesus Christ. I thought I was ready, but then I wasn't. They played the waiting game. Oh, Lord. Have mercy.
So this is what Harley did. We actually scheduled a C-section at one point earlier in October. And by the time we got there, she had flipped where she was feet first or something.
She was
and
breech?
they didn't want to do it, pretty much. So they sent me home, and on the way home, she flipped back. I'm like, you little shit. First time I ever called my daughter a little shit.
When my mom was pregnant with me, she went to the hospital and they said they don't deliver babies, so they had to take her to a whole other hospital and she had a C-section. Now, one thing about Black women going to the hospital, it's very racist. Okay. They always encouraging Black women to have a C-section, which I don't right off understand.
Why a C-section?
It's always a C-section for most Black women. Most of the time, Black women are encouraged to have a C-section. And that is major surgery. Okay? Like the last time my sister had a C-section with her twins, they had to massage her uterus to go back in because it wouldn't. My dad was standing next to my sister. He sat down and she was on the bed. It was pulling out the girls and she was crying and he was just sitting there with her. And I was just like, they had to massage her uterus back in? And he said, yeah.
Massage her uterus? That sounds horrifying.
They had to massage it so that it would, because they were sitting on it and it was swollen. So they had to massage it so that it would go back. And then she got pregnant again with my nephew, SJ. I was like, yay, blood in the street. I didn't understand it because she had such a difficult pregnancy before. And I love my nieces and nephews, but I didn't want my sister to be harmed trying to give birth to another child. And I told her, I was like, Tina, you gotta stop getting pregnant. Like, I know you and your husband are happy, great, but just do me a solid. Stop getting pregnant because we're worried. Like, you're going to the hospital, every 6 months, every 9 months, you're having babies, and they're very close in age. Like the twins, like 3 now? They're ready to be 3.
That's not healthy.
And then SJ is like right behind them. He's one.
That's not healthy at all.
Yeah. They're like right after each other.
My husband and his sister are a year apart from each other. And I'm just like, no.
Absolutely not. Well, I was always supposed to be a C-section. I mean, me too. The doctor told my mom that she could not successfully push us out, so she had to have a C-section. My mom had 5 kids. 5 C-sections is what she had.
Your mom. Jeez.
The doctor said it would be smarter to do a C-section today, and my mother had planned for the 14th, so she decided to keep the schedule. Baby was a gymnast in there. Yeah, she was.
Yeah, it was. And I'm pretty sure she flicked me off at one point too.
I was 9 pounds when I was
my God.
baby. And my mama took no medicine when she had me natural. Oh
Lord.
Oh, I can't do that.
Maybe that death card was for the vagina. Maybe it was.
Pretty much just I ain't having this baby early and then went about her day until 2 a.m. and was rushed to the hospital. And her doctor said, I told you so. So I was removed at 5 a.m. Brandy said her mom was all drugged up when I came out. She said they put me in her face and she told them to get me out of her face and clean me up. Lord have
So
mercy, Jesus.
so when I had Harley, they gave me the back block. Like I had the good stuff, and I was feeling pretty good because I was numbed from like the fucking waist down. Because she was a C-section. We had it's very like we read up on like C-section and natural birth, and either one of them, Daryl looked at me and he's just like, "I'm so sorry, I'm putting you through this in 9 months." I said, "I've had worse." So like they had me feeling really good. But then, when your adrenaline crashes after you just have like major surgery, because that's what a C-section is, like everything crashes. They gave me a puke bag. So, like you're going to need this later. And I'm holding my newborn, beautiful little girl, total shock and awe. And then all of a sudden, and I got like a mouthful of vomit. And I'm trying to tell Daryl, take the baby, take the baby, take the baby. And he's not getting what I'm saying. My mom, thank God, was in the room, and she grabs our daughter, like literally throws the puke bag at me, and I just like empty out everything into the puke bag.
Oh, Jesus.
I was
That's
in
scary.
euphoria. I was in euphoria for a while, and then all of a sudden it's just like, nope, you're gonna puke all over your newborn. Sorry, that's gonna be like.
Oh, God.
Thankfully, my mom was in there and she knew exactly what was about to happen. So.
Right. That's scary as fuck. Like, I want a baby, but I'm afraid I might have a C-section like my mom. Well,
Okay.
I don't know how to tell you other than you have options. You can have a doula,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
or you can have a midwife, or you can get a nurse that can you can use an on-call doctor to help you through a natural birth. But the doulas and the midwives are cheaper. And the doulas do more than the midwives do. From my understanding, a doula will stay with you the whole 9 months. The midwife comes and checks on you and makes sure you has the birth. The doula will be there throughout the 9 months to make sure that you're okay. She goes with you to the doctor. She's your advocate. When you can't talk for yourself or things aren't right, the doula will do what is best for you and the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do that instead of having to have a C-section. You can demand to have a natural birth. Now, if something happens and the baby is breached or the baby's blood pressure is up and they have to do emergency surgery, then you can opt for that option. But if you're fine and you want to have your baby natural, you can have it natural. Yes. The doctor's going to make a suggestion, but you have to stand firm in what you want. I want to have a natural birth.
You can have an at-home birth. You can have a water birth. You can go to a birthing center if you want to.
There hospitals. Are birthing centers.
So with me personally, because my mom, when she had me and my brother, her blood pressure spiked really high. So I'm a C-section baby. Daryl, I think, is a C-section baby because his head's weirdly shaped. I don't know, but I don't know. But I was just worried because thankfully I had a very healthy pregnancy. I really didn't have much wrong except like acid reflux and, typical pregnant stuff. But just because I was really nervous, I wanted to be in a hospital in case something went wrong. So if something did go wrong, I was already right there. So they could just come into the labor room and do what they need to do. I chose a doctor. I was very lucky to find a doctor who has been delivering kids or babies the same amount of time that I was alive at that point in life. And we were like, okay, whatever happens. I'm guessing my water broke and I didn't realize it because, when you're pregnant, you just pee a lot and you drink a lot of water. Well, apparently when I went, and I have to realize this to Daryl when he comes home. Oh, it's a full moon. Oh, shit. We always made a joke because we were part of a Rocky Horror Picture Show acting troupe, before I got pregnant, and we were friends with them. And the joke was, what if I went into labor during the show we had before Halloween? My water technically broke that night. I didn't know, so I went in to the place I went to get my checkups at with the nurses and the doctors, and they're like, you have no fluid. I'm like, what? They're like, you have no fluid. You have no amniotic fluid. If I had waited one more day, Harley wouldn't be here right now, pretty much. But I didn't know though, man, because when you're pregnant, you gotta pee every 2 fucking minutes.
Yeah, and they always make it in the movies like your water's gonna break in at the most inopportune moment. They don't tell you can use in the bathroom and a bunch of fluid comes out.
That's, for all I know, that's what happened, man. So like, they're like, we're gonna have to do an emergency C-section, and pretty much I'm just like, look, I trust y'all. Just get my daughter here safe. And they did what they needed to do, and apparently Harley wasn't ready to come out because she kept trying to climb back in. She's like, no, I know what's out here. I know my mom keeps calling everybody an asshole. What the fuck? I'm like, but they got her there safe, but it was scary, man, because she's about to be 7 this year, and it's just like, if I had just waited one more day, she wouldn't have even been here. But I'll tell you this, my mom was in Bradenton, which was about an hour drive away from where the hospital was I was about to give birth.
Mm-hmm.
She made it there in 20 minutes.
Oh, she was flying.
I said, Ma, I don't even want to, it was the first grandchild that was being born. I'm like, I don't even want to know how many red lights you ran. She's like, you don't tell me everything you do. I ain't telling you everything I do. I'm like, that's fair enough by me. Fair fucking enough.
Why do you think most Black women are having C-sections? Because the doctors are recommending them. And I'll put it this way, you're going to be in the hospital longer with a C-section than you are with someone who has a natural birth.
Well, that all really depends. Because I was in the hospital for a C-section for the day I had it happen, and then the next day to recover, and then I was out on day 3. But but I know
my mom was in a hospital, I think, and my mom had kids back in the day, in the 80s, okay? And the last kid she had was in 93. So my mom was in the hospital for a couple days. What you have to understand is having a C-section is still surgery. So the bill changes by the surgery, number one. Number two, doctors are, it's odd, but it is true. Doctors are treating Black women different from the way that they treat white women and Latina women. They are learning in medical school that Black people have a higher pain index. They're learning that we're hypochondriacs and we sometimes exaggerate the truth when we come into the hospital. That's why a lot of times when you get in with a doctor, and it's not all doctors, so I want to be clear, not all doctors are like that. Most doctors are going to assess you by the individual and not by what the medical books have told them.
Right.
But nurses have been a proponent of this, as are doctors, and there are a lot of Black women dying in C-sections in just giving birth, and they want to pretend like it's not that high and that this is a normal rate, but it's not a normal rate. It's not a normal rate for a Black woman to go in and she's perfectly healthy and then she's dead, but her child is still alive. Like, there was a producer in NXT, he just lost his wife. She was going to the hospital, she was telling them what was wrong with her. They didn't listen to her. She ended up going into have her baby. She didn't make it. Like, their baby didn't make it, but she did. The baby died.
Weren't they trying to sue the hospital last time I read up on that?
Yeah, they were trying to sue them. The baby didn't make it, but she did. And then there's countless other stories of people's daughters dying in the operating room because they're leaving the women open. It's
oh
scary.
Jesus.
It, Judge Hatchett's. There's a lady named Judge Hatchett. She used to have a TV show where she would do, the typical judge show where she does small claims court, right?
Mm-hmm.
And her daughter-in-law went in. Well, her daughter went in to give birth to her grandchild, and she died. She didn't make it out.
Oh,
She was
jeez.
perfectly healthy. So it's happening more frequently to Black women, and you see in all these stories, and they're trying to say that it's not, that it's normal, and that there are casualties, which to an extent that is true, but not at this rate. It's the same thing they did with the whole Trayvon Martin thing, and with people dying by the hands of the stand your ground law. They're saying that these are anomaly situations, and they're not circumstantial. They're repeated actions happening over and over and over again. So the only way I can rationalize it it is invasive surgery, and I really don't understand how it could, why it's happening mostly to Black people. But all I can tell you is that it's systemic racism. Period. Point blank. Because if it was just about women in general, this would be happening across the board. It is not. So I'm not trying to give you misinformation. Go look up the shit for yourself. If you don't believe me, go and research the stuff for yourself. There are countless articles about Black women dying on the operating table, or their children dying in birth because they're not being taken care of. There's all types of risks in giving birth. Okay. No one is saying that people are perfect and that human error cannot happen. But some of the errors that are happening are preventable, is what I'm saying. Now every Black woman has to have a goddamn C-section. If they want to have a natural birth, let them have a natural birth. Let them do what they want to do. If the natural birth could kill them or their blood pressure is high, that's different. But if they're perfectly fine, but you want to have the surgery because the book tells you that you have to have surgery, maybe you should assess the individual and not what the book is telling you. That is all. There you go, Donnie. He's here. I don't know if he stayed, but he's here. um,
It's past my bedtime. I'm an old fuck. All right, I'm gonna head out. You've been putting up with my ass for almost 3 hours now.
I got you. It's okay.
All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. And again, please remember that was just for fun. Don't take what you will. Okay.
Now, y'all take what I say seriously, because some of y'all need to hear it.
Yes. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. All right. My gynecologist freaks me out just because of the origin of the branch of medicine. Well, I mean, really, there's nothing you can do about that. I know it's a bad look, but there's really nothing you can do about that. All we can do now is move forward. Find a doctor that you're comfortable with. Most of the doctors I have are very nice. They're very personal and they really care. My doctor is really nice. She's one of the sweetest women I've ever met. She's very personable and she cares. And I like that. And she doesn't force anything on me. She doesn't tell me what I should do. She gives me the information and let me do what I need to do with it. But she does encourage me, and that's different. So if I were you, I would find a gynecologist that suits you. If you feel like your gynecologist creeps you out, that he's not necessarily, he or she isn't necessarily giving you what you need, then maybe you should look for a new gynecologist. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, just stay on my neck. No, I don't. I just want you to be fair. What I want is for you to have a little bit more of an open mind when it comes to the men you date. He doesn't have to be 5'6". He can be your height and still be a very good guy. When I was younger, I wanted my person to be tall, light skinned with the pink lips, but I wanted to have really big lips. That is not what happened. Well, Jared do have big lips. And you are tall. Yes, this is true. So I did get 2 out of 3.
I'm far from light skin.
Far from light skin. It's very roticified. But I like that though. His skin is very pretty. And he takes very good care of his skin. So I kind of got what I wanted. He just a little bit, a little bit more roasted than I than I was attracted to at the time. But I was very attracted to Jared when we first started dating. So it's a win-win. And my love of dark-skinned men grew, especially when Jared used to have the gleek gleek. He ain't got the gleek gleek no more. He got a goop. Oh my God. Daddy's here. Uh-oh.
Hold on, give me one
There
second.
we go.
Un momento.
Hotness. When I was younger, I was like, I want light skinned men with tattoos, but all my exes was dark skinned. Dark skinned men get you together though. It's not my fault. My type of man is one I can climb like a tree. Really? Rigo, what's something wrong with you? Something wrong with you. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Lexa said her tarot cards say different, Rico. It look like you're in trouble, playboy. Hold on a second. I gotta go to the commercial. Just wait a second.
Genetics. Headshot. Sit down. Stand up. Pass out. Wake up. Bed it. Headshot. Sit down. Stand up. Pass out. Wake up. Bed it.
All right. Maybe that was telling me something. You saw this book. I'm gonna go to bed. Why are you going to bed? Are you mad, good sir?
Okay, my sister was having a throwback moment.
You know that song by Selena Gomez?
Don't you got a TV?
You know what it says? I wouldn't want to be anybody else.
Oh, what's that song? I know the song you're talking about. It kept playing on Disney Channel. I don't know. It was irritating me because she was getting on my nerves. It was like, no, 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 no. You need to go. You're going to get us in trouble. All this noise you're making. You stay up here making all this noise. It's always you. But first, you got to burn the house down. You. I'm putting glitter plates in the microwave. That's your fault. It's on the plate. Hey, y'all. I wish the camera wasn't like this because I'm kind
Who
of
says
special.
by Selena Gomez? Oh, I don't listen to Selena Gomez, baby. I don't like her. Rico said he going to bed because y'all is dragging me. That was them tarot cards. You asked Alexis to read you.
Every time she do one, I miss it.
Mm-hmm.
Alexa, can you pull one up for me real quick? Was
Alexis,
Kim
you
was
still
already
in
down?
here?
She was talking. She said something. I don't know if she left when you went on break.
Let me see. Alexis, if you're still here.
Mm.
Why did it do that? Oh, I said Alexa. That's what I did that.
Oh, the Disney second games. This would be fun. I used to love Remember December
Let's see.
by Demi Lovato.
He said, here, let me get Don's opinion.
Remember
Don's opinion
December.
on what?
You know it. You know it. What happened?
What you trying to get his opinion on?
My opinion on Quartz.
Hold on, let me let him in. If you want to come
Quartz.
in, you can come in. The link is in there. You can come in.
If
You
it
can have
was about, I love that song.
She might have left. She was tired. Yeah, because she had been here with me for 3 hours.
I saw.
So I'm tarot cards for everybody.
Did you forget?
For
By
now,
Demi.
they are.
Yeah,
The
I know
first
it's.
Spider-Man was the best one.
Yes,
Everybody said the second one was the best one, but I
that's not
like
the
the
song.
first one better.
Yeah, I'm like, you about to see? All right, I'm about to put myself on mute again real quick. Hold on, y'all.
Super Troopers 2. Oh, there she goes. She gonna pull up a card for you. Who's this Lula Rich? That look like Christina Applegate. Is that Christina Applegate?
It look like it.
Right? Now Harry Potter, the whole 8 film collection of Harry Potter is on HBO Max. But it was just on Peacock.
I guess they both.
Hold on.
They broke out.
Alexis, if you want to come back in so you can give Don his reading when he come back on, you can, and then you can bounce. Then nobody ain't go because ain't nobody else getting one today. That is it. Them is all of the reasons we gonna be giving. Oh, you gotta watch Knives Out with me.
Oh, yeah.
So we
I'll
gonna
bring those out every day.
I'm bake the cupcakes. I can bake them tomorrow. Since I got my cupcake thing, my cupcake liners, and then my other stuff. Mommy ordered is supposed to be here tomorrow for me, so I can get my cupcakes baked. I can get the first batch made and put in the freezer, and then I can start working on the second batch. And then all I have to do is buy cream cheese. Yes, Knives Out is a great movie.
I've heard it's really good. I've been dying to watch it.
It's so good though. It's when you watch it, it's one of the best murder mysteries that they've made of our time. It's real good.
It really was, Brandy. I think this live should be renamed to Therapy Thursday. I think that's
Every
the workshop
Thursday,
that we need to. Therapy Thursday.
therapy Thursday. I can't call Alexis every week to have her come here reading people's cards.
If y'all are doing that, I'm gonna charge $1 per reading.
Ooh.
Every
I only
week.
got like $3 in my bank account. Okay.
Well, then you
Hold on,
better
we
get.
gotta get Don off of mute.
Okay.
Hell no.
I'm just trying to go down memory lane real quick, y'all.
There you go. Don, you listening?
All right, Don, you
Okay,
listening?
he said he can hear you.
Okay, you got the chariot. So let's see. The charioteer represents mastery of the. Okay. sheer willpower to keep the stage moving forward, control over inner conflicts. This card suggests that before taking on outer enemies or obstacles, it is essential to stop fighting yourself. The chariot is a symbol for the self and its direction in any vehicle, such as automobile that appears in a dream. When the chariot appears, there is a need to control competing forces, whether these are inner conflicts, people, or a situation in your life. Like the celebrated but seldom achieved bipartnership of government, the solution to the problem at hand is to take the middle road between the conflicting elements. You may feel unequal to the challenge, but if you just go with the flow and make the best of where it takes you, you will succeed. Once you have resolved the conflict with your own mind, you will be able to move forward. To do this, you need firm resolve, self-mastery. With clear thinking and a sense of purpose, you can overcome all obstacles. The chariot in a reading is generally favorable and indicates you have the means to triumph over all obstacles and stay the course you have set for yourself. It can also mean that assistance is on the way. It may suggest that you are in the process of transforming yourself and your ways of thinking and thinking and behaving to create a firm foundation from which to pursue your desires. At this time, you are keenly aware of how much to use your past experience to reach a goal, and you are in touch with deep inner resources. Okay, so in a literal sense, the chariot relates to travel and transportation. Therefore, it can mean buying a car or taking a trip. So since the card was upright, victory is assured. Things are moving fast. In this situation, you are completely, totally involved, and happily so. Whatever task is at hand can be accomplished. Though the pace is faster than usual, you are attuned to the rhythm of it, and Though the pace is faster than usual, you are attuned to the rhythm of it and the changes that are happening at your job, in a relationship, or in some community or worldly event or worldly involvement. By uniting the yin and yang sides of your personality, you keep things going in the right direction. How the fuck that even when I pull your goddamn tarot card, it still says Virgo? I'm going to
The
fucking
Virgo
bed.
energy is strong in him.
I am the gift of gab, and that's very accurate. That's what I've been going through.
You are in a metamorphosis.
You don't even listen to Doja Cat.
So I'm
I'll be on
bye.
YouTube in your room.
You're
Bye.
done with it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Because you don't listen to, you don't watch stuff like this. That's you are. You can sit here and watch this for a whole hour.
Yes.
I don't know about your Rico. My tarot card reading.
Oh no, they was just dragging me earlier. You missed it.
Yeah.
What you say?
They
Got
got
real.
on to me because apparently it's weird for me to not want to date men who are shorter than I am.
That's not true. First of all, Rico wants to date guys who are 5'6" and up. And I said, why
Mm-hmm.
can't you date a guy who's the same height as you? What's wrong with that? And he
It's
said
not my style.
he want to climb a tree.
I did, and I'll stand by that.
You can
But
climb
I'm
every tree.
short, okay? So I can climb a small tree and it's still a tree. Just, it has to be a tree. It can't be a stone.
I mean,
No, you just gonna hear
not a stone.
it.
Short
Depends on
trees
the
are still
plant.
trees. I don't,
But they was dragging me because apparently, no, I don't,
Oh,
because
that's the
apparently,
quarter.
me not wanting to date someone with my height is weird.
because you
So,
could be
Don, what do
cutting off
you think?
potentially good people because he's not
I
taller than you.
understand. Oh my god.
All I'm saying is expand your horizons a little bit.
Who you on the phone with?
You ain't
I
gotta
mean,
abandon your
aside from
principles. I'm just saying,
I,
like,
Not from
I'm
fighting
not,
Santana.
I'm not all that picky. Like I really am not. It's just that I like someone who is taller than I am. I don't see anything wrong with that. You don't have to be taller than me by much. You just have to be taller than me.
okay then.
Got a problem?
No, I understand. I just want you to look through the whole forest.
Not the whole forest.
I mean, sis got a
I mean,
point.
let's be real. Men are not a forest. They're more like a swamp. You know, they're all kind of musty. It's like a gross scent in the air.
Oh, James
Men
Bond,
are men are not a pretty forest.
007.
Ooh, Chile, honey.
So Jay Cargill and they said it got picked up by somebody else, so it could. I don't know if it's still gonna
These
be for
AirPods
Xbox. It
hurt
could
my
very
damn
much go to
ears.
PlayStation. So you can Google it and see. So Jay is into it, but what's that girl name?
Nyla Rose.
No, everybody
Layla
copying me
Hirsch.
Hogan.
Oh,
No,
Who?
everybody
Kiera.
copying me Hogan.
Kira Hogan.
That's what I. That's what I said. It can be on Play. They might. They can still put it for the Xbox, but it may be on PlayStation 5 because it got picked up. I don't know why they. Because they dropped it a couple years ago. Jade is very stunning. I wish she would have went to NXT, but I guess they probably told her like you gonna be training a little bit more, and she probably won't want that shit.
No, they offered her the job right off the gate. They
So
told
why
her
wouldn't she?
we want you, and she said she was going to AEW.
Because she wanted to call herself a bad bitch on camera.
What?
Can't be doing that.
They got the game from them. I just told you that. This why I don't like sitting here talking with her. She always asking questions. I be in the middle of stuff. She be asking me shit. Oh, Kira won 2 matches. I thought she lost.
She won a couple.
And she lost this
I
one.
thought she only won one match with that
She
with
Yeah, she
that
had.
purple character.
lost against Jade today.
Yep.
Did she get
I'm not
squashed
surprised.
again?
That girl's muscular.
I'm not surprised she lost. I mean,
Damn, Jade is big.
yeah, she's very, very tall.
I didn't know she was that tall.
Yeah,
Cause Kiera is like average height, but I'm looking at Jade and Jade is towering. Okay, their camera angles is nice. That's the only thing AEW got going on with them.
How tall is Jade actually?
I believe she's 6 foot, 5'11", 6 foot. I want to say. Let me
That's
look
a
at
big bitch. God damn.
it. I told you she's an Amazon. I tried to tell you.
But I didn't know that she was like. So she should be out here with the men
Well,
if she
see,
get better.
yeah, but she has gotten better because she was worse. I'm not even gonna lie, she
I
wasn't.
see. I see
She
improvement from the
wasn't.
time from the match she had with Shaq till this match right. Even though she did like 4 moves, she see this is how certain women should be built.
She's
Oh,
five
Kiera Hogan is
ten.
fine. Kiera Hogan know what she doing. She alright.
Jade Cargill
Kiera
Does
is
she
Hogan.
know
five
what she's
ten.
doing?
I mean,
Does she
Kiera
really?
Hogan is not a terrible wrestler. She just has a shitty attitude.
Yeah, she's a
That's what
good
turns
wrestler.
people off about her. Her attitude is shitty. It's Sasha trying to be me. Oh, Becky trying to. Is nobody want to be you. Nobody want to be you, boo. You not even nowhere. What are you talking about? Want to be you? You have nothing to
Yeah.
copy.
I think her match against Jade is the
It
first match of hers that I've watched like all the way through, and
was only two
seeing
minutes
her
with them.
face up close was like a really weird like whiplash for me. I didn't know she had so many piercings.
She got a couple. I think she got a couple in her nose. I think she got a snake bite on her tongue.
She do, because I looked at it and I'm like, what's this green thing poking out of your mouth? And oh, that's a
Yeah, she
piercing.
got a couple.
And I was like, oh, she got gauges too. And it's like I don't normally look at her, so it was really weird seeing her face up close. And I was like, oh, I did not know that's what your face actually looked like.
Yeah, but
Never
as
seen
far
her
as
face.
Carol,
I've seen like that video that you showed us of like her getting her makeup done, but I've never like stopped and stared at her. So like seeing like a camera just capturing like a full, you know, just her face in the frame, I was like, oh, I'm not used to
now
seeing that.
Rampage seemed better than Dynamite. What?
Someone like Thunder Rosa, Britt, Nyla. I'm sure they're working their way up to that. I generally
So
don't know.
wait a minute. Y'all said that AEW only show one woman a week, right?
Mhm.
Or is it one woman each show?
It's usually one woman's match on each show.
That was a 2 minute match.
Uh-huh. That's
Oh, get the
standard.
fuck out of here. Y'all ain't shit.
That's pretty standard.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't shit. See, I was listening to
All
John Tier's
elite
podcast,
jerk off. Because it's all they
and
do.
I'm not the only
That's
one that's saying
that's a
that.
pretty standard match for an AEW women's match. They usually do it around 9 o'clock, 9:30. They put it right in the
All
middle
the
of the
good
show,
matches
and
are on
then
dark.
they move on.
Oh no, damn.
Not
No,
only does it
ma'am.
one time on Rampage, they'll have like a longer match on Rampage or on Dark, but that don't
Yeah,
usually
because
happen on
that's what I was
Dynamite.
watching. That was Rampage. That was what was that last week? Am I on the right
Yeah,
spot?
Dynamite is for the Mountain Dew cult.
Oh, that was 3 weeks ago. But still,
Damn. Oh,
They're not too big on women.
I don't know
this
why.
is
Like y'all have
true.
a good roster.
Yeah, the Mountain Dew cult don't really touch women much either, so they're fine.
They gotta make room for the elite.
The
I mean,
elite,
they
which
got
is,
Adam Cole baby over
just
there. They gotta make room for him and Daniel Bryan.
Oh, I didn't
I mean,
know
you
that.
gotta give him room. And then CM Punk
everyone
is
in the elite
there.
just
And
has the most tragic
Huh?
sideburns that I've ever
Did
seen.
he?
I thought it was just the Young Bucks who had really bad sideburns, but Kenny too.
Did he? Did he?
And just
My
they
daddy
just
name is
walked out.
Larry.
I'm like, wow, did no one teach you how to shave properly? Did you not get enough hugs as a child? Is that why you look like this?
Jay fought Layla Hirsch on Wednesday, and she destroyed Layla. As she should. That needs to be the like. Jay needs to be the one that you building. Big Swole needs to be the one that you building.
they're not gonna build Big Swole.
Unfortunately,
Big Swole
that's
should
the
just
damn.
hightail it to NXT as soon as she can.
I
She
don't
don't
think
want to
Big
be
Swole
there.
wants to be in NXT. She had an opportunity to be there. She doesn't want to be
I would have took
there.
it.
I wouldn't have taken it when she was on the Mayan Classic. I definitely feel like that was smart of her, but I feel like she could come in now and
You gonna sit down?
shake some shit up.
You about to sit down?
This
Mother
is
on my
true.
Because most of the women who came from that Mae Young
not you gonna sit
Classic are gone,
down.
with the
Priestess is
exception
starting the
of
WWE and Adam Cole.
a
Okay.
few.
Waiting on my game, but it's only 64% done. And probably gonna be done for a couple hours. Okay. Since you oh, look at Grandma and Charles. I miss my
Of
grandma.
course they did. What else do they have to do?
Can you put those in your sister room? You know how to get
But
them
I'm gonna
charged?
head to bed. I've been resisting this melatonin since 6 o'clock. So
I'm
All
finna
right.
go to bed, y'all. I gotta get up in the morning. I gotta start get these orders made. So I will talk to y'all later. John, I probably go live again tomorrow, so you can come on tomorrow for sure.
Okay.
Unless you gotta go to work or something.
I gotta go to Subway. I don't have that tomorrow.
All right. I'll be back on tomorrow on YouTube after SmackDown because it's easier to do stuff over here on YouTube than it is on Instagram. So I'll be back. I will talk to you guys later. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. You can watch it in the playback if you want, but I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.
All right.